You do a Cockney. That's a hard accent, right? A Cockney.
You said cock.
Better get your fucking ass back in the hole or I can kick you in the face.
That's not
You know
bad.
what you gotta come at you, gotta come in straight in the face because bottom monkey.
What is that?
That's
Trying for Cockney.
That's
That's,
That
bullshit,
Cockney?
mate.
I don't know.
That's called bullshit, mate.
I think we're live again. Armand's a boy in the hood.
Yeah, I like that.
Notice I set the camera up
There you go.
directly on his
Right,
head.
there you go.
I'll move it back.
What an asshole.
All my hair grew back. I'm just wearing a
Look at what he did.
Yeah, dickhead.
Dickhead. No
Very
shit.
strategically placed.
What an asshole.
Yeah, right over my head. Okay, all right. I just put a hoodie on. That's all.
Back?
Very
Okay, we're
simple.
You shouldn't have to, Armand.
For every move, there's
Why
a
are you
counter.
even worried about it, though?
I'm not worried about. I'm worried about our
Well, but
listeners. It's
your
distracting
inflated-
our listeners.
Your inflated number is at like 470. What do you even care?
What number is this?
That
That number.
Come
No, it's stuck at 460. Everybody knows that.
Whatever, but you get what I'm saying.
Dude's wife said your head looked like a dick on YouTube. Though.
Yeah. Somebody had a good comment though. It's like what did he say? It was a solar panel for a sex
machine?
Yeah, that's
what
good.
you call it. Your belly, if you're fat, you say that's a gas tank for a sex machine.
Oh, all
and then you
right.
tell
I
him
thought it was an original thought.
it's backed up Peter, so whenever you get a hard on, you're like,
Oh, boy.
That's not funny.
yeah, it is.
It's not funny.
Yeah,
It's
you
not
know
fun.
it's funny.
All right, I gotta type in this letters here.
What letters, Maynard? Oh,
These
shit.
numbers here. SHI
T?
TNL.
Oh, yeah. Just
Oh,
Type in the
no.
numbers.
Oh,
What
no.
happened,
I
man? Are
just
we-
fucking typed in the wrong thing,
fuck.
apparently.
Are we,
Hold on a second.
What is this shite?
I know what I did wrong. It's not an I, it's
you've
an
got
L.
the camera fucked, Everett.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not
it's
even.
fine to me.
No, look, you're not even on camera.
I
That's
look
good.
Like I'm on camera.
It looks like
I am
yeah.
definitely on camera.
This is fucking still saying live on YouTube for the last video. You hear me?
Yeah, well.
Well, if someone clicks on it to watch,
Well, then I'll get
the
in there
live
and
stream-
delete it.
I'm yeah, so you'll have to because I'm clicking live now and oh nope, 14 watching now. Now we got it, but
Man, what a time we've had lately. YouTube's changed some shit around, so every time we have a new stream, I have to change the live chat thing.
oh no way,
Yeah, it's a bummer.
no, that's not what I'm talking about. My shit gets stuck on. God damn
What's everybody up to today? Hopefully, we're not wasting your afternoon. We got some nice stories though.
it. That's because I'm not talking into it. I was just I just wasn't. I was doing something else. So Eric, who do I have to slap to get this show going? Armand, I think.
Yeah, that would help.
Yeah, smack me around.
I was just saying like because you'd smack him back. Well, I'd smack you back too,
I
but
wouldn't.
I don't want to get in any trouble. So
No,
There it
me,
is. There it is.
Peace, Nick.
Yes.
there's what?
Pacifist.
Got the chat working again.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah.
Okay. Now we're.
Good
And now you
job.
Can you put it up there so I can see it?
Good job.
God,
And
everything.
see, I like how the fucking camera's different now. What'd you do? Zoom it out?
No, I didn't zoom it
No,
out.
you tried to
I
highlight
just
my
move the
tonsure.
camera away.
Yeah. Well, okay. So.
Luar said he'll look you up and down. Oh yeah.
Armand.
No. It's Betty Grobenstein.
Shut up.
Betty Grobenstein.
You remember it's from the call.
Armand. Of
Well, you
course
can look me up and
don't
down.
you know the voice?
I thought you were doing.
My large Jewish body
Lars
needs
there.
some loving. No.
You guys got the damn thing memorized.
Hey guys, Lars here. When's Armand's last day? Oh no, he's not leaving.
I
Last
don't know.
day. Oh yeah.
Keep this up.
No, you better not
You
leave.
guys keep it up with the fucking bald shit, and yeah, he what
Yeah,
doesn't
right.
even need to be here. He was just like, fuck this.
You better be nice.
No,
make a-
I'm just kidding.
Let's make a cutout of my bald head. Put it here.
My
Yeah, I'm
angle.
cold. That's
We'll
right.
get you a
I'm-
Surreal cap, or Surreal Talk cap.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We
With,
should get him an embroidered one.
with a big bleach spot on the back of it right here.
Yeah.
Very funny. Well, you guys.
Somebody said it in the chat last week. I can't take credit.
So all we got to do to get rid of native pride is Armand has to leave. That's
Thanks,
so
Native
mark
Pride.
That down.
Damn.
There's a you're right.
Oh,
Ocho Man does
we'll note
suck.
that in your file.
Team
Noted.
bald spot. Thank you, Loar.
Yeah, boy, Armand is the voice of reason. If he leaves, there would be only
A voice of
Okay,
reason.
that's right.
chaos.
Damn
See, I'm
right.
gonna try to the people that I know from England and across the pond, like Ross and Ryan. So I'm gonna try to read every comment that I read of theirs in a British accent.
Oh, please. Out of deference to the crown.
Yes. They still sell that bald spot spray. Oh yeah, that's. Have you seen the commercial
let's-
for that?
let's-
It looks fucking like it would work though.
Yeah, let's try. I'm willing to try that.
Well, we'll get
spray
some
me down.
Order it. You got to buy it though.
Oh, I gotta buy it.
Well, duh. Who
I
else is
sent
gonna
it-
buy it for you? It's your bald spot, not mine.
What's dabs? Somebody said I need dabs.
You don't need dabs.
What the hell's
You
that?
need dabs.
You don't need dabs.
No dabs. All right.
Everett was fucking roasted when he left my house the one time he did dabs there.
I had a good buzz on. I
You
wouldn't say it
were
was roasted.
You coughed your
Yeah.
face off.
Everybody
It
coughs
was
their face
gone.
off.
You left it there. I had to bring it to your house later.
He's talking some shit.
Okay. Okay.
It'd get you getting high.
Flex
Yeah.
seal that shit.
Oh.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I get you a deal on the Flex Seal, by the way, if you need it.
I watched that guy. His commercial. I believe Flex Seal's that see-through boat. You seen that?
Mm-mm.
I think that works.
Look,
Probably not.
hang on.
That-
My boss used to buy Flex Seal by the fucking case at my old
Okay.
job, and he loved it. He thought the shit was the best shit ever. But when it came down to practical uses for it and what we were using it for, it wasn't worth a fuck. And no, I do not think you can Flex Seal a screen door.
Yeah, and
to
he
the-
sails it to
not
like
go- not-
Tahiti or something.
Bull fucking shit.
Okay.
Bullshit. I'll call it right now. I'll put every ounce of money I'll ever make in the rest of my life to Tahiti.
So what would you? No, I'm just kidding around.
Oh.
What would you use it for then that it works? Fixing a leak or whatever
That
on a
flex
pipe
tape's,
or
that
whatever.
Flex tape's better.
Well, flex tape seems like it works.
Flex tape's the better option over
But
Flex
like,
Seal.
like
Flex
he has
Seal,
that fiberglass boat that he see, it leaks.
I know,
and
I
s-
see, yeah.
Okay.
Horse
It won't fix that.
horse shit. I've literally used that shit. I mean, cases of it, fucking cases of it all the time. And what we used to try to do with it was seal like pin drop leaks in a tailgate of a big container, like a 20-yard roll-off container.
Okay.
So, we'd crank.
So I
all
would
the-
think it'd be effective at that.
No.
Wow.
No, well, because all the pressure. So you think of it,
Oh.
so if it's full of something that's liquid, and even if you dump a bunch of dirt on top of fucking 5 gallons of water in the bottom of one of those, that dirt pushes it down, and the pressure, it just keeps coming out. So what you can't use that Flex Seal, because it's not like a pipe in your house where it pipe's pressurized, obviously, but that Flex Seal doesn't cut it. It does not. It will not.
So what
hold
would
up.
you use it for?
Flex Seal?
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know. It ain't really
Like
worth the
he
fuck.
uses it on a leaky roof, on shingle or whatever. You seen that? Like you get a
Yeah.
leaky roof put on there. That wouldn't
mean,
work either.
I'm not saying it wouldn't, but I'm not saying it would.
What is some kind of polymer? I guess.
I won't
right?
trust
Just
it.
expanding polymer. Whatever?
There's so
Or
much
hardens
better
up?
products out there
Oh.
than that right there.
I guess we're not going to be.
For
We're
your
not
use,
going to have
if
them
you
as
need
our
two-part
sponsors.
two-part epoxy will do anything. That shit hardens to steel. You can tap that and screw a fucking bolt into
Don't
it.
tell Armani can tap anything. He'll be on top of it.
Well, I mean, put threads inside of a hole.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it's a poor turn of phrase.
well, tap and dies. Anyway,
Okay, well,
there's
all right,
two-part epoxy. Then you've got JB Weld, which is okay for depends on what you need it for. And then there's like a
then. Is it
resin.
a lot more expensive,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Anyway,
but if it works, it's probably worth it, I guess.
it depends on what you need it for. If it's
job,
for
yeah.
it depends on the job. I mean, the juice. That's with anything in life. Is the juice worth the squeeze?
Oh.
Is what you're doing?
Why
What,
would
what are
it-
you getting out of it?
Why
worth
would it
what-
matter if it's worth it to squeeze a Jew?
Hey.
Is the Jews worth the
He's
squeeze?
an anti-Semite.
We was talking about different stuff here than that, and I don't like bringing no negativity in here. So
All right,
you
does
just
You guys better
everybody-
start the show.
knock
Should I
that
wear
shit
my
off.
hoodie or should
I would just
do
put it
people want
down.
to see the bald
I
spot?
would just put it down, Armand.
Just put it
There's
down.
only one voicemail.
Kinda- it
that's
is getting
for
warm in
the first
here.
half of the show today, right?
1 VM.
Yep.
1 VM and 3 BMs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Get it? Bowel movements, pieces of shit.
yeah.
Never mind.
Oh, it does still look like a strip club. That's from the Ocho Man show the other day. He likes to have it.
Yeah, I don't like the pink.
He literally says, "Get my strip club lights on."
Ocho Man?
Yeah, whenever we're doing a show and we turn the pink on.
But
Go
maybe orange.
green. I like it green in here. Orange? You want orange?
Maybe because it's close to Halloween. Looks like a T-Mobile store. Oh, Everett can't handle dabs is what I got out of all this. El Chapo. El Chapo, are you not the real El Chapo on
I don't
Twitter?
know. Yeah, he said fuck me, so.
Blue R says,
Wow.
"Get naked." To you. Oh, I need to
Are we
put
going to do a
this-
nude show someday? Only if you guys do it too.
That's got to be Patreon tier 7.
I'd do it.
What's that mean?
It's like we'd have to be paid for it well. Basically, is what he's saying to do a
yeah.
to do a
God,
naked
I don't
show.
think anybody wants to see.
I don't know though, like because I'm in a good spot for it. Look at the. If I was naked, it'd just be shirtless
How's that?
That looks pretty good.
because you couldn't see
Depends on
anything.
how
Look,
You can't fucking read it.
old it is. Looks like a strip club with a pink.
You can't fucking read it.
I can read it.
you need
What
to
is
adjust.
whatever
You
it
need to adjust
Native
your.
Pride's right. It looks like a
your
T-Mobile store.
quality.
He's right.
Hit your settings and adjust your
I
quality.
can't because I'm.
Put it back on. Okay, El Chapo here.
Let me see.
Here, and let me cast it because I can.
All right, how's
Why am I
that?
getting doubled up over there?
Yeah. Let me cast it. I can
Shut
cast
up.
it.
I can cast it up there.
There. How's that?
Pull yours down.
I like it. You got kind of an Arabian thing going on.
You hear me?
Where's your horse?
A kafia.
Uncast.
I did.
Studio A.
That's El Chapo's request.
This is definitely Studio A.
I should have did my desktop. No, this is fine.
See, it's a little bit better than mine.
Just
Okay,
shave
there,
it
it
real-
cleared out. It cleared out now.
Yeah, I know. I've had that suggestion. Just shave my head.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's fine. All right, you guys ready?
Uh-huh.
This is not the right one.
Whoa. Hang on 1 second before I do that. Before we hit it right on air. So if I do that, does it move it over? No, we're in good shape. Okay, good.
Okay. All right, we're ready.
Born ready, punk.
You're listening to Surreal Talk,
Ryan
a look
Sykes.
inside the
Mate.
world of cults, conspiracies, and the paranormal.
Something's not right, man. Something's not right. Something's bullshit here, and I don't believe it.
Honestly, this crazy shit could be completely possible.
Disclaimer, we reserve the right to be wrong, ladies and gentlemen. You think you know the whole story? Think again.
Now
That's good
your
advice.
hosts, Eric and Everett.
And
I'm on.
Yes.
And Phil.
I don't know Phil. I mean, I know Phil, but... welcome to Surreal Talk, a look inside the world of cults, conspiracies, and mostly the paranormal this month, because, you know, it's October and it's fucking Halloween month, so that's what we do.
It's true.
We grew up in a house where there were decorations all over the fucking house the entire
Halloween
month.
decorations are one of the coolest things when you were a kid. Getting to drive around the neighborhood.
I was
and see the
thinking about that
displays.
yesterday.
Between that and Christmas.
You know what I mean?
Somebody TP'd the house across the street from Tonga.
Yeah.
Really?
I didn't know kids still did that.
Fucking A, man.
As long as there's P to be T, they're going to TP.
She wanted to get the toilet
Pee
paper.
right
She
on
said,
that,
man,
too.
that's good 2-ply stuff.
You're out there
Yeah.
collecting it.
Yeah. It's a good
Crack me
idea.
up, man.
Shit's expensive.
I guess it is.
2-ply.
So, continuing on this month, we're doing listener paranormal tales, like personal experiences people had that are listeners of our show. We did a little bit with our show 2 weeks ago when we were doing the Redditor paranormal tales. Then we had Maureen Bauer on last week talking all the psychic stuff with us, which was really
Was that
fucking
last
cool.
week?
That
was
was
last
last
week.
week,
Wow.
yes.
Seemed like longer than that. Okay.
Man, it really shook you down, man.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
just-
I'm already.
You've lived a lifetime in those thoughts since then, haven't you?
I don't know.
But this week we got a whole bunch of emails and a voicemail that the people have sent in, so we're going to go through those and listen to some of the fucked up shit you guys have all been through.
Yes. Some of it is fucked up.
Make me glad that I haven't had any number of these paranormal experiences, other than the one I've gone over a million times, which I'm
Ever
not
you
doing
want to tell
again.
it?
Nope, not this time.
All right.
Not this time. You shut up, Armand.
You
Hey,
know
have you
what?
ever had any paranormal experiences in your life? Anything
no,
at
I
all?
really haven't.
Come on
Never
now.
once.
Nothing like
Never
any of
thought
this
you saw
stuff.
somebody walk past the door or
No.
a
No,
weird
really.
shadow?
Oh.
Nothing ever.
What'd I tell you at lunch?
Not at all.
How do you say LSD?
Yeah, I haven't inhaled all the hallucinogenics.
So he hasn't
you
had
guys
enough
are-
drugs, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm
to see ghosts.
You've never done LSD, Armand?
no.
Oh, me neither.
Lysergic acid diethylamide.
Yeah, that's
That's
exactly
I'm all
right.
yeah.
Who are you, Timothy Leary?
No.
Yeah, LSD. Isn't that kind of an outmoded?
I'm
people
Owsley
still do
Stanley,
that?
motherfucker. Fuck Timothy Leary, that bitch.
Ketamine. Guys, do you ever do ketamine? That's supposed to give you a pretty wild high.
Not for me.
Nope.
Look at Eric over there. It looks like this some bitch just did some ketamine. Look at him.
Never.
He's got them ketamine teeth.
Nice.
What? That doesn't even make sense.
If he came into my ER, I don't know. Looks like evidence of a wet brain.
No, you'd send me
Checking
out of
for
there with
alcoholic
Percocets.
syndrome.
If I came to your
Fetal
office,
alcohol.
you'd send me out of there with Percocets, Armand.
That's funny.
All you can
Oh,
handle.
rubber. Never mind. He
Let's
is it.
let's hop into it. You got
Yeah,
who's
let's
doing
get
the first
to the
one
tag.
today?
Yeah,
We got
so-
some good stuff here.
Well, hang on. We were going to reflect on last week.
Better than
Oh
our ad
fuck!
libs.
I didn't hit go.
God damn.
That's
you.
okay. We'll pull it off YouTube
Again?
Like every
All right.
single time.
again.
Every single
Fuck
time.
you, Armand. How many times have you hit it?
That's fair too.
460.
We'll get it out still.
All right.
Uh,
Go
We
ahead,
just,
sorry.
I wanted to pre-thank everyone that sent a story in and voicemail and everything. Anyway, an email, all the messages, everything we got this week for this show. So appreciate that very much because
Yeah,
we
for
didn't
real.
have to do any research.
Yeah, all right.
We did read everything beforehand. And
Well, yeah, but
listen to everything.
Would you censor some of this stuff?
Nope.
Yep.
Good. Uncensored.
nope.
Well, we
censored.
wanted to make sure the right person was reading everything. You
Oh.
in particular.
Yes.
All right.
We have some stories. Never mind. Jake Parley. It was going to be the first one. I mean, just Jake. Fuck. Everett, that's for you.
Hold on. Mine didn't start with that.
Yes, it does.
Oh, no, it doesn't. Hold on. I don't see it, man. Your stuff's out of order. You
Mine
take horrible
starts with
notes.
Jake, yeah.
Mine does not. Mine starts with a Facebook message.
Then you don't have the right sheets.
This is here. Look.
You know
Maybe
what?
it's on the back of his.
How about I just get into my email where I actually have it at
Here.
and read it that way?
Look,
No.
you know, you have a document.
Yeah. See, this is where mine starts too. It just says the name up there. It doesn't actually have the email.
No, yeah, we have the emails. He doesn't. That's why I printed his emails out for him.
Oh, well, I could have appreciated that. Anyway, this is from Jake Spillman, in quotes. I'm guessing that's his fake name. I hope so. Anyway, hey, so I don't believe in ghosts or anything like that, but I did have some weird shit happen to me at a hotel I used to work at. So the hotel I work at was in downtown San Diego. The hotel was constructed, but the owner ran out of money before it was completed. 19 of the 20 floors were complete, but we didn't have anywhere to be. In our maintenance shop. We decided to make what was going to be the owner's suite on our shop on the 20th floor. It had 2 levels. The bottom south end was where our shop and tools were and stuff were. The north is where we put supplies, and where the loft was our office. I worked overnights alone, but all of our shift had 1 hour overlap so we can pass down issues or whatever. So my coworkers and I were sitting in the loft hanging out. As his shift had just ended and mine was just started, it was about 11 p.m. There were 2 doors to get into our shop, south and north. South we had blocked with shelves. We heard 3 solid knocks on the south door. It's pretty common to hear the 3 knock thing. Oh, just call him in.
Sound effects.
I went out in the hall, through the other door, and didn't see anything or anyone. I went back into the shop and radioed the front desk, asking if anyone was on the 19th floor. No one was above the 17th. We went back to the loft and kept talking. Soon we heard 3 loud knocks again on the same door. Good Lord, Eric.
All right, we can imagine it.
It'd be more like,
All right, fuck you guys. See?
okay, sorry, I hit the effect thing.
His own laugh track.
We ignored it and kept on talking in the loft. About 15 minutes later, there were 3 more locks. So this time so
knocks,
hard
right?
that something got knocked off the shelf in front of the door. I ran out to the hallway, and no one was there. All the elevators were at ground level. I went to the stairwell, and no one was there. I again radioed security, and they said for me to come to their office. On the video, as I came out the door on the other side, you could see a shadow move away from the south door about 3 feet and then disappear. There's a light directly above the door, so there's no way it was a shadow from a person. The hotel was a new building, and no one was killed during construction, so I don't know where this ghost would have come from. I worked there for another 9 months and never had another experience like this. Also, fuck you, Everett. Thanks, Jake. Now I see why Eric
I love him.
had me read this one.
Yeah.
No.
He has
No,
to
that's
say it
creepy.
himself.
That is creepy
Yeah,
as
that is
shit,
weird.
dude.
Okay, but now
And there's 2 people that experienced it, so I always give more credence to the ones where there's more than one person.
Okay,
involved.
but hold
Probably
it.
And the security guys had, the footage showed that there was like something there. So
All right,
was probably a
let us
crackhead.
analyze though.
It was a
Anal
crackhead.
lines.
Since it's a new hotel, nobody had died in it.
No ghost.
Is that a
think about it, man. The place
that
is
one of the
8
parameters
people
of that?
died during the construction.
right?
The ghost,
Do we buy
it doesn't
this
help.
that a ghost they can't migrate from one
I'm
area?
sure they can.
It's not up to me to buy, though. I mean, I'm not telling anybody their paranormal experience.
What if the
didn't
fucking
happen.
hotel was built on the grounds of another hotel where
or
somebody
an
died?
Indian burial ground?
Unlikely, but maybe.
But
right.
I
Just
think more
saying.
than
Well, I'm
likely,
just
it was a crackhead trying to
asking,
stay
is-
warm.
He said nothing was on the cameras though.
Is that a prerequisite to have a ghost though? Where actually somebody had to die there, the ghost can't move, or can't
Oh, I don't know
move
the
from
rules.
house to house.
We
or-
don't know the
Well,
rules.
so I'm just asking.
What are
What
the
are the
rules?
rules?
I want to know the rules. See, now,
Only few will get that.
let me
are
read
the
Amy. Yeah, I didn't, but let me read Amy's because now this one makes sense to me. Okay, if you're gonna have hey guys, love your podcast. We love you too.
Thanks.
Also love Joker, Smoker, Toker. Well, there's no accounting for taste. And hearing you guys on Ocho's
you're
podcast too. It really does seem like a bunch of friends. No, we're not friends. Hanging out like other listeners.
I
have
consider
said.
you my friend, you dick.
Oh, I don't know about that. I just use you for computer glitches.
Hurts.
Maybe one day I can call in to the JST, well, I guess that's Joker, Smoker, Toker podcast.
That would be
so
it.
I can give
Yeah.
a woman's perspective. Boy, you need one. Although I pretty much agree with you guys on all things marijuana, LOL.
That means lol, or that's like
Yeah, what does
laugh
that
out
mean?
loud.
What does that stand? Yeah, what does that stand for? Okay.
It stands for laugh out loud, you old
Anyway.
fucker.
I just listened to the most recent Reddit's Paranormal Stories episode, and you all asked us to share our stories. Here's mine. This is Amy's story. I won't give her last name. I guess we don't do that, right?
We do whatever we want, but no.
Okay, Amy.
No, just say Amy's fine.
Stalwart listener. But back in the day,
She doesn't have warts.
my then boyfriend, no, Amy's clean.
You can't be for sure. of
My
that.
then boyfriend and his family moved into a cute old house. I would spend many evenings there hanging out and doing teenager stuff. can only wish I could remember what that was.
Yeah.
When I was there, I would notice it always smelled like cookies baking throughout the house. I just thought they had some cool food-scented air freshener or something until one night I was there really late, and I noticed it also felt warmer, and the smell became stronger as you got closer to the kitchen. I asked my boyfriend about it, and he casually told me, in quotes, this is a boyfriend, "Oh, this house was once owned by one of my dad's friends who had a daughter who loved to bake. She got into a terrible car accident and passed away a few years ago before they sold this house. Apparently, every night it smells like that." Unquote. I sat there, jaw dropping, only one jaw. Jaw dropping like, "What? Are you fucking with me?" She may not have said it like that.
She probably did.
But anyway, it's capitalized. What? And he said, "Nope, it's true." I asked his parents about it, and they said yes, and told me the whole story about her and how she was such a sweet girl and loved to bake for holidays, school bake sales, etc., and always tried out new recipes for her family. Every single night it smelled like cookies because that was her favorite thing to bake. It was weird that it felt warmer in the kitchen, even though the oven was never on at those times and no air fresheners. Are they warm? Do they make things warm?
Ghost generally makes shit cold, but if it's bacon,
No,
think
but I mean
of it.
air fresheners. Does that make anything warm?
No.
Candles make it warm, etc. to be seen.
What candle warms a house? You know what I mean? You're not getting
but
heat
not
on
an air fresh. Okay. Now, I've always believed in ghost spirits and even seen some and felt a presence or two during certain times of my life. So I truly do believe their story to this day. Other people who had visited the house have said the same thing. Thanks for reading and, well, naturally, Team Armand.
Naturally.
That's AIM. Naturally. Well, see, now that ghost comes back and starts baking, doesn't that makes sense? Instead of, scaring the hell out of people, you would do something that you would enjoy doing while you were alive, right?
That goes with the story you hear a lot of times about how ghosts don't know they're dead and they just repeat the actions they
Okay.
did when they're alive.
Okay, I'm just trying to make some sort of logic out of
I don't
this.
know what the rules for being a ghost are.
I don't either. But,
We don't know if they stay where they die at. We don't know if they know they're dead.
but let's say you died.
Maybe there are no rules.
I'd probably come back and end up in a weight room because that's what I like
No,
to do.
you would not.
Well, I wouldn't come scare you punks, or I certainly wouldn't come fuck you. Like, what's
Yeah,
the
you
deal?
would.
No, I wouldn't.
Why not?
Yeah, you would.
Am I not your
I
type?
don't find you appealing. You're not very attractive.
Maybe.
Which one? If you had to do one of us when you were a ghost, which would it be?
Oh man, that's a toughie. If you had to do one of us, Armand, which one would it be?
God, no.
Or get done by if that's your thing.
Probably Everett.
Yes.
I like them soft.
Son of a bitch.
I'm soft.
Soft and squishy. I like to put my head on his stomach and just go to sleep.
Damn.
No, but I mean, doesn't that make... Well, I mean, I don't know if there's such a thing as sense, but yeah, the ghost came back, starts baking, doing what it did in real life.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, kind of does.
It's like a psychic, impression that's left on the house of like actions past.
It's muscle memory.
Well, isn't it better? It doesn't make more sense like dragging chains and hanging around in a hotel on the 19th
But what if that's what the
floor?
person liked to do when they were alive?
Right.
Drag chains.
Who does? That's what I'm saying. Who does that?
That guy that works
dragged
at
plenty
a,
of chains.
sea yard. What do they call them?
Sea yard?
Seaport. Sea.
No, they have that hook. They have like a stevedore.
Yeah, well, they drag chains.
Do they still use those hooks? Remember those?
Mhm.
You mean like an anchor?
No, they
No,
have that.
like a
Remember that
fucking-
thing that has like a little stevedore's hook, isn't it? I don't know what
Yeah.
it's called.
Yeah, we'll give
Look
you-
it up.
From I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yes, hold on.
I don't like dragging chains.
Hold on, I'm looking it up right now. Yes, exactly what it is. It's the one from I Know What You Did Last
I
Summer.
knew what it was. I just didn't know what the name of it is.
They still use yeah, because that's how you hold the box, right? You
That's
grab
for
the crate with
baling
the thing,
hay.
right?
Yeah, but yeah,
You do that too.
Yeah, but
You can do that too.
yeah, you know what? Actually, I've seen it in another movie too. Splash with Tom Hanks. They use those for those fucking ice box and shit.
Similar to what you would use on bales of hay as well.
Imagine that. I just said that literally.
Oh, well, I was reading chat, so.
Anyway, who's next? I think we have.
All right. Ryan's really
Ryan
he's
Sykes,
really
man.
cracking him here. Whatever his safe word is. How does that go? Like, is that when you're doing bondage stuff? You got a safe word? Is that what he's
Why are you
talking
asking
about?
me?
Yeah, you would
put it
know.
up
You're
there. I don't know
more
what
than
he's
I know.
talking about.
I mean, you're just assuming I'm into that shit.
I would
Okay,
assume.
Ryan, and would you define safe word for us?
Yeah, whenever shit's too deep and you got to let them know that.
Masty. What?
I don't
Too
even-
many syllables,
That's a
Lar.
man titty.
I know what that is. Lar's joke. It's
A
funny.
man titty.
He was
All
funny.
right. We gotta go.
Okay, who's
Next
next?
email,
Who's
mate.
next?
It's a British lad.
Thanks, Amy.
All right,
Name
I got
Ryan.
this.
Everett, you have to read it like this for him. You make him feel
I'm
at
not gonna
home.
do that.
You have to make him feel at
No.
home.
He probably feels at home because he's at home.
Oh, good point.
You know what I
Everybody's
mean?
at home in this show.
This is Ryan.
Okay, Ryan. Oh, good. Ryan's right there. Okay.
About 10 years ago, while on a ghost hunt, the group I was with decided it would be a good idea to send someone on a lone walk through an abandoned museum cellar.
Right.
Not going to be me.
Cellar. Cellar.
That's correct.
Okay.
not a person who sells museums.
Right.
Or abandoned.
You don't
Makes
walk
sense.
through a person who sells museums.
Well, I'm listening. I'm not reading.
Me, being the ultimate badass I was, volunteered to go by myself in total darkness with nothing but a small torch and a voice recorder. In the UK, a torch is a flashlight. So
Yes, that's correct.
Eric, they're not running around with a.
Yeah, he's not right.
Mate, you don't know that.
You got a torch in the boot.
That's right, in the trunk.
Right.
I set off down the stairs and into the cellar itself. The air felt very thick, and I felt I was being watched by a number of people. As I made my way through this massive place, I could hear movement ahead and behind me. So then I tried calling out to spirit and waited for a reply. Nothing came of that, so I tried to get a spirit to throw something like a pebble or even touch me on the shoulder, and once again, nothing came of this. With it being so dark, I was standing in a nothingness, and all of a sudden, I radioed my group asking if they had power upstairs. Hearing no responses, I was way more annoyed than anything and decided to try to make my way back and of course I gotten lost. While trying to find my way back, the temperature dropped considerably and the room started to feel so much smaller.
There we go.
I tried calling my group again, and all of a sudden, I was struck in the left shoulder with what felt like a spear or something similar. Shit.
Oh, God.
The object made an actual clanging noise as it bounced off of me and hit the floor.
Damn.
The impact took me off my feet, and now feeling like an ass, I tried getting up but couldn't move. It felt like my limbs were so heavy and I couldn't lift them. I tried looking around, and I saw what looked like a very tall figure, like a stick man, except even more thin, incredibly tall, and even blacker than the darkness of the room. This is creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
It was just standing over me as if observing me, but I don't know why. I couldn't make out a face. It was as if it couldn't be seen except for out the corner of your eye. That's creepy. All of a sudden I could move and the figure sort of vanished. Then the lights came on in the room, which hurt my eyes like hell after what felt like forever was only 10 minutes in the dark. My group explained later on that they had turned the lights on because the CCTV in the cellar started acting funny and they couldn't see me.
Wow.
I asked if they caught something on tape or caught me on the floor, and of course they didn't. That's one of the experiences that sticks with me to this day, and as I will never forget that, your black figure. Hope you guys enjoy, and I apologize for my shit grammar. Thought your grammar was fine. Your story is quite creepy, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that one's harrowing.
I hate to, every story we're going to read today is, I'm going to preface with saying, if they're telling the truth, you know what I mean? Because any of these people could be making this up.
I don't know about that. Would you go to all that drive?
No, I don't think they
that's
would.
A very fertile imagination, fecund.
Exactly my point. Like,
If he made that up, that's
I don't
pretty
think
good.
he did this.
Yeah.
That's what makes me think, fuck. People are living some weird fucking shit going on out there. And you know what I was thinking too over the weekend? That the people who listen to our show and are into these type of experiences are probably into them for a reason.
Because they've had them and they want to
they've
explain
had
them
these
and relate
experiences.
to people that. Yeah.
Exactly. Other people see other people.
That's why it's called a community.
Oh, thank you,
So
Mr.
I guess
Condescension.
you're implying that most of our listeners are not, say, physicists or
No,
scientists.
not at all.
Just because you're a physicist doesn't mean you can't have had a ghost event, you know.
Yeah, paranormal
Paranormal.
experience, man. Anything.
I don't know how many
care what that-
podiatrists listen. I don't know. Of course,
At least one.
we're not very scientific.
That's true.
I
We're more
don't,
like
I don't think we're
voodoo
relating
medicine,
it to that at
witch
all.
doctors.
Which is correct.
So the next email is from Hannah.
Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah, we appreciate
that
it.
was,
Right,
that was
mate,
a scary
mate,
story.
That was solid. Solid as shit, mate. Anyway,
Good Lord.
Do a script on that one.
See, this the other guy.
I'm gonna steal that
I
one.
fucking told you. Anyway, from Hannah. So I've had several several paranormal experiences in my life.
From
and
Hannah?
From Hannah, and I'm only 23. So I'll start with my first that I personally don't remember because I was too young, but my parents have told me. I was 2. My mom said that my dad heard a noise in the house. He thought maybe someone was breaking in. So we got her out of the bed and walked into the kitchen to find that all of the kitchen cabinet doors were wide open. He thought for sure someone had broken into the house. He looked all around the house and found no one. Nothing was missing. No one had been in the house. He checked in my room and said that I was asleep in my bed. So he shut all the cabinet doors and headed back to bed. As soon as he walked past my room, he heard a big bang.
Not the Big Bang.
That's
A Big Bang.
no,
Yeah, another universe was
Yes,
Yes.
right. There's no right.
This is Jesus' story. Or God, actually. He walked in to find me on the other side of the room, far away from my bed, and I was sound asleep on the floor. He said he swore it sounded like something picked me up off my bed and threw me on the floor, but no one was in the house. Okay, that's fucked up.
More violence. Wow.
I never really had any big experiences after that until my uncle passed away when I was about 15. I was asleep one morning and had woken up around 4 a.m. when I opened my eyes and I saw a person's face in the form of smoke or fog. It looked at me and floated up in the ceiling and disappeared. It freaked me out really bad, so I tried to go back to sleep. A few minutes later, I heard my mom's phone ring and she came up crying. She came up to my room crying hysterically, saying to get up, we had to leave. She had just gotten off the phone and that her brother wasn't breathing and we had to go. By the time we got to the hospital, they said that he was gone. Still to this day, I wonder if what I saw was my uncle visiting and maybe he had just died when I woke up. We weren't close, though, so I really don't know why he would have came to visit me if it had been him. So.
Just going to throw it out there. Some people are more susceptible to others, so they say.
Yeah.
So I'm not completely sold on the whole ghost thing, but, what are the rules? Well, I would say I've heard that some people are more susceptible.
What are the rules? I don't know.
Were you guys with us when we went to the haunted house a few years ago?
I don't know. We went to
Armand, yes, we were there.
Where we were in the basement?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't really haunted, though.
Ocho Man claimed he saw ghosts.
The McPike Mansion.
He saw
Yeah, Ocho Man claims a lot.
Yeah.
He claims a lot.
Yeah. He claims Jim Morrison helped him when he was sleepy one night driving.
That's true. Keep your eyes on
Morrison.
it.
Yep, yeah.
Jim Morrison.
Anyways, so fast forward to more recently, and I'm married now and have a baby. When I was pregnant,
Congratulations.
When I was pregnant, I woke up to a woman standing over my husband, holding a baby in her arms. She was very old and had a lot of wrinkles on her face and had dark skin. She never looked at me, but it really freaked me out that she was holding a baby and I was pregnant. I closed my eyes and I opened them several times thinking she would disappear, and she didn't, so I just went back to sleep.
That's creepy.
A couple months later, I had stayed at my parents' house because my husband was out of town. I slept on their couch, and I woke up around 3 or 4 in the morning. I saw a really tall, dark figure standing several feet away from me. I sat up, and it pointed to me with its arm raised and lowered its arm. As its arm lowered, I felt myself being pressed down against the couch. I screamed for my mom and my dad to come help me, but nothing came out of my mouth. I remember fighting it for a long time, trying to sit up and scream, and whatever it was wouldn't let me. Eventually, I just went back to sleep. Everyone says it was a dream or sleep paralysis, but no one understands how real it was.
I was going to say it's a dream or sleep paralysis.
I really felt like I was awake.
But at the same time, man, you hear the same thing from all these people who've had sleep paralysis, exactly that, but it seems completely terrifying to them.
Oh, I imagine it's a fucking just.
Well,
Yeah,
a lot of them I've heard like they
hallmarks,
can't tell it's a physiological thing. They feel like it's some sort of like a entity or something keeping them from moving, like
Ectoplasmic.
No, definitely not ectoplasmic.
No, that's. Would
That's
that be
slime, sir.
Yeah, that's Slimer. I was just saying. I didn't
What are
want
you
to.
talking about? Ectoplasm, the
Ectoplasm.
ghost.
No, ectoplasm is the residue left behind whenever a
What's ecto?
non-corporeal or ethereal entity makes contact with the corporeal world. It's the residue they leave whenever they interact.
He's not wrong. I'll allow it.
Look that up.
No, you don't have to. I just told you what it
I
was.
don't care. I'm not going to take your word for it.
Okay, let me finish this. This one I don't know if you'd call paranormal because I honestly have no idea what the heck happened. Again, when I was pregnant, I had a dream and I saw my brother-in-law at the time. My sister was going through a divorce. Okay, he was crying, sobbing, and he looked sad. Well, I was trying to get context before I.
Yes, you're
enunciated.
clarifying the relationship.
Yeah, he was crying, sobbing, and he looked sad. I could see that he was in his house, in his bedroom, and then nothing. The next morning, my sister texted me if I knew what happened to him. I said no, but I had a really weird dream about him last night. She replied that he had called her and had a gun and was going to kill himself.
Ooh.
She had to call the police, and they had to go to his house, and he was hospitalized for a while, and he got the help he needed. It was almost like I had a vision of exactly what was going on in a completely different state than me while I was dreaming.
She might be psychic or something.
This really has bothered me for a long time, and I don't understand how or why. It doesn't make any sense to me. I just chose my biggest experiences and went in order. I've only had a few things happen to
Slow
me
down there, Mr. Ronan.
that are more ghostly, but I didn't mention them because I didn't want this email to drag on forever, even though it kind of did. I love your podcast, and if you mention one of my experiences, it would be cool to hear your feedback.
Where's my feedback? It seems like you're either A, crazy, which I doubt. You seem pretty sane.
He doesn't mean that, Hannah.
Or you have a propensity for fucking, the undead or talking with spirits or having contact with them, like how I said before that some
Well,
people
we've
are
discussed
more
that, haven't we? Yeah, some people are more the focus of this kind of thing.
Right.
So obviously, there you go.
That is, those were really all pretty creepy.
I just so
People,
these experiences. People keep saying, "Stop asking for it."
What if it's like you open the door, man, and it doesn't stop?
Be a
you
bummer.
know?
That'd be a bummer.
You
Just
want
think I
one
was
so
crazy?
bad? Would I think you're crazy?
I don't want one so bad. I would like one because
If you came
I'd
to me and
like
said
to
you
know.
saw a ghost, I'd have to give it more credence than I would anybody else in the whole world,
Yeah,
probably.
right. You still think I'm crazy though, wouldn't you?
No, I'd try to see it out, and after a few, I don't know, man. After we tested everything we could test with it, yeah, you're fucking nuts. But yeah, I wouldn't immediately give you the nuts.
Oh, good. I feel like I've got a little bit of
Well, do you guys watch any of those like ghost chaser shows?
negative.
No, you don't. See, I don't know anybody out there listen to them.
sure.
I don't have cable.
Don't they have things that are
So I
either.
pick what I watch like specifically.
Yeah, but I mean, don't they have supposedly instruments that can register some of these presences?
So yeah, they
We had those
buy
instruments
that stuff?
when we went to the haunted house that night. I had all that shit.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, and I didn't get anything.
Okay.
We had a PKE meter, dude.
No, it was like a K2 or something like that meter. I forget what they're called exactly. I also had the
What is it
spirit
supposed
box,
to- what is it supposed to measure exactly? Do you know?
K2 is
electromagnetic type of shit in the air.
All right.
And the spirit box, which is just a radio that scans frequencies, off level frequencies, looking for things. So you ask questions and look to see if it stops and picks up and gives an answer.
Okay.
But,
And nothing happened,
no,
at least
not
that
that
night. Okay.
No, I still feel like those spirit boxes. There's something to them, but the one I had,
I was
either
just
didn't
wondering
work or
what they
there was nothing
registered,
there.
how they registered something, that something exists.
I've watched plenty of videos on YouTube of people doing these spirit boxes, like live
Yeah.
users, and
Okay.
and they get audible replies that you can hear. Like, I mean, it could be fucking made up, but
Well, here
Give
Ross
him-
says Ghost Adventures with Zach Baggins is the real deal.
What was your definition for ectoplasm?
I thought it was a ghost. Ectoplasmic. It was an ectoplasmic spirit or thing.
So, the first definition is the more viscous, clear outer layer of cytoplasm in an amoeboid. How do you say this? Amoeboid cell.
Amoeboid?
Yeah, amoeboid.
Yeah, there you go. And then the second is a supernatural viscous substance that is supposed to exclude from the body of a medium during a spiritualistic trance and form material for the manifestation of spirits. So you were wrong, and you were wrong.
Well, I think that's wrong.
What is it? What does it say it is?
The shit
say that
the
a
chick
medium-
puked up in the middle of the fucking haunting in Connecticut.
Oh,
Yeah, that.
Somebody said that. Who?
They
Somebody said it
were
was
wrong,
ghost
too.
jizz.
Ghost jizz. I don't think that's.
I think
what
that's probably the more accurate.
that may be right.
No, but you're saying it's actual puke, a ghost puke.
I'm not.
No, what they're
no,
saying
well,
is that the medium, the person like the psychic, like if
Oh.
Maureen last week, she should have been
Excretes it.
excreting ectoplasm while she was doing it.
Ah.
Oh,
So it's not the
something.
ghost. It's the. What,
Kidding.
Well, that's the definition anyway. Yeah.
all right. Wow.
So which one are we on next here? Oh, Ryan Harding, Part 1, Armand, Dr. Kachigian, you're up,
Ryan,
mate.
Okay.
You
I've
have
got.
3 in a row, yeah.
Oh God.
I'm doing my next one ghost story style. Turn the light off, turn the flashlight in the face.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Hey guys, this is Ryan from Hey, I'll be in Bakersfield in 2 weeks. We got a wrestling tournament out there.
Callie?
Bakersfield, California. And I have a couple stories for you. Nothing too exciting, but thought I'd share it with you anyways. So, when I was younger, my family has moved around a lot. We lived in this house that was 2 stories. Mine and my brother's room were upstairs while my parents' room was downstairs. I was about 12 or 13 years old at the time and was always in my room playing video games or listening to the radio. Well, I guess that's what 12, 13-year-olds do. My brother and I would sometimes hear someone running up and down the stairs. My mom wouldn't believe us until one night she called me down while she was laying in bed reading. Rye, stop running up and down the stairs. That's her mother speaking.
Sure.
His mother. I go downstairs and said, Mom, this is the first time I've been down here in a couple of hours. Uh-oh. Her eyes got real big, and my dad was on the couch. He vouched for me. So I guess somebody, it wasn't, okay. Another time, this was after school, I'd be home alone in my room and hear the front door open and slam shut with a loud bang. You want to do the, you want to
It
do
was
the,
a big bang this time, though. That wasn't.
well, you want to do the sound effect? Yeah, like something like that. Where was
Be
I?
a horrible Foley man.
Best boy. Let's see.
Key grip.
No, Foley because of sound effects.
Yeah, Foley's sound effect. That's
Mick
correct.
Foley.
Ectoplasm.
Yes.
You random ass motherfuckers.
Where the hell? Another time I'd be on my slam shut with a loud bang. I'd peek my head out from upstairs and yell, "Dad, you home?" Of course he wasn't, and the front door would be shut and locked. So the door, I guess the door slamming on its own. Sometimes our dog, Shadow, an interesting name for a dog, would
Not really.
occasionally perk his ears up, growl, or whimper at something on the stairs or toward the hallway leading to the garage. Now supposedly dogs are sensitive to this stuff, right? That used to freak us out the most. Another time, I was.
Whenever you see a dog or like a baby, for instance,
You
staring
can't
off into
interrupt
nothing,
a story like that.
Well, he's
Go
just
ahead.
saying,
I don't. Go ahead.
you know, whenever you see a dog staring out into space or a baby staring into space, like in the middle of a room,
Yeah, they're very intuitive, right?
it's like you're like, yeah, what the fuck are they looking at?
Babies can only see 18 inches in front of their face.
Some of them see ghosts. Okay, that's what I'm getting at.
Oh, okay.
Dick.
Another time I was reading in my room and could have sworn I heard my older brother talking to someone in his room, like whispering. I asked him what he was doing and got no answer. I got up, walked in his room, and he wasn't even in there. I yelled for him, and he was downstairs watching basketball with my dad. So he's hearing voices, too.
He met his guy up at the window upstairs and, hey, man, give me that.
Besides sounds, noises, and our dog freaking us out, we never actually see anything or even got a creepy feeling. It was just all kind of fun. Well, it's always fun till someone gets hurt, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if there was something there, it was benevolent and didn't mean us any harm. Okay, well, here we go again. I wish we would have done some research and figured out if anyone died there. Here we go again. Does somebody have to die there? That's my question.
What are the rules?
Right. I have a couple more stories from other houses I've been in, but I'll send another email so you guys can choose to read them if you want. Team Surreal Talk. Well, that's very diplomatic. Ryan, I don't know if I want to go to Bakersfield now. The place is haunted.
There's a part 2 to this, though.
Oh, there it is. Hey, guys. It's Ryan from Bakersfield, California again. Did I say I was going there in a couple weeks?
Yeah, I think you.
Yeah, I think I mentioned that.
What are you going there for?
Wrestling tournament. Wanted to add my sleep.
Wait a minute. Are you wrestling or are you
No,
coaching?
I'm just coaching.
You coach? Who
Oh,
do you coach
wait
for?
a minute.
East LA College.
Are you wrestling
East LA.
No.
in Compton?
No,
Oh,
East
that's-
LA.
that's in
Oh
South
yeah, I
Central.
know East LA,
Compton
man.
South.
Yeah, South Central, man.
Yeah. Again, wanted to add my sleep paralysis experience. While not paranormal, it's definitely a terrifying
It's fucking
experience. Another one
paranormal
of
to me.
these, huh?
It's paranormal to me.
I also have a story of shadow figure I have seen at a friend's house. So when I was about 15, we were renting a house. I wonder how old he is now. These things like, well, it says R hard 91. I guess that's probably the day he was born. So
Year-
that
the
make
year
him,
he's
yeah. So that'd be 28.
28.
Okay, so it was about 15 years ago, assuming. A few weeks in, I started having these crazy nightmares. We were renting a house from a family member. A few weeks in, I started having these crazy nightmares. Then for 3 consecutive nights, I had sleep paralysis. The first night, I woke up, unable to move, and saw my bedroom door slowly open and a black roped? Robed?
Maybe. Is the
No,
P by the B? Nope.
Entity in a robe.
Shadow figure standing there. The second night, the same thing happened. Although the door was already open this time and the shadow figure was a step closer. It started walking slowly to the foot of my bed and just stared at me from under its hood. So I guess it was a robed figure. I remember trying to say, "Fuck you," and "You're not real," before I woke up. That's probably what a 15-year-old would do. The third night, the shadow figure was already at the foot of my bed. I lay there, unable to move, cursing at it. As it slowly moved closer to the side of my bed, directly leaning over me, I could see his face. He was a young guy, all black eyes, black hair, and a pale, ghostly green skin color.
Black
Yeah.
guys.
Now I was screaming at it. What do you think he screamed?
Get the fuck away from me.
Fuck off, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you tell that. Yeah, that's very
wow.
appropriate.
That's when the ghost knows
Before
he's got
finally
you.
waking up. I think he told that ghost where he got
Goddamn right.
off. After that last night, I decided to tell my mom about it. She was a religious woman, and I thought it would help. I'm not sure about that.
What'd mom do?
After 3 nights of this thing getting closer and closer, I didn't want to know what would happen next. Well, my grandma and mom prayed in my room, placed a Bible on my side table, and took down my Iron Maiden and Black Sabbath posters. Well, that's a good idea.
Oh, come on. I
Yeah.
mean, Iron Maiden had that.
You're-
Okay, and then there's
all right.
Ozzy. All right, that makes sense, I guess.
You're fucking with very evil spirits with that stuff hanging around.
No.
And it actually worked. I still keep a Bible in my room, and I still listen to Iron Maiden and Black Sabbath. Well, okay,
you should.
I stand
Yeah, right.
corrected. Another time at a friend's house, I saw an apparition. Okay, now we know what that is. That's a ghost, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or shadow person. I was probably about the same age, 15 or 16. Boy, I hope all this shit stopped. My friend Matt always claimed his house was haunted, so in the summertime, I would hang out there and crash on the couch in his den. Just a quick layout of his house. The den was the first room on the right after you walked in the front door, but to the left was a long hallway with the bathroom at the end. So when I got up from the couch, I immediately saw down the hallway.
Grandpa Durbin's house.
Well, every time I was over there, I'd always hear footsteps walking down the hallway. But one time I got up to pee, and as I got up, I looked down the hallway. In the bathroom, I could clearly see a silhouette of a man. Silhouette of a man, right?
Got a moosh.
Got it. Who appeared to be taking a leak. Oh my God, this ghost pisses. I looked at him the whole time I walked down the hallway thinking it was my friend. I whispered, "Matt, why are you pissing with the light off?" I figured it was just trying to scare me because he saw me get up or something from down the hall.
I did where you see his dick.
The silhouette was, yeah, that's interesting. I wonder, the
Ghost
silhouette was there the whole
His buddy Matt.
Circumcised? The silhouette was there the whole time up.
Good question.
Up until I flipped on the light and saw there was nobody in the bathroom. I peed outside in the backyard after that. So that's
Better
all I
place to
got.
be anyway.
Looking forward to hearing more people's stories. Thanks for reading us. Team Surreal Talk, Ryan.
Yeah, boy.
Have we ever had
Thanks,
a ghost
Ryan.
pissing? I think that's a new one.
Nothing I'm aware of.
I don't know the rules if a ghost can pee or not. We need a defined set of rules for paranormal
Who
stuff.
would you contact? I mean, people who are
Well, I mean,
specialists in this?
That's
Somebody.
us.
what
No,
you
no,
pretty much have to do
not us.
you just have to start taking accounts of what has
We're
happened
just
to people.
commentators.
And say 80% of ghosts piss.
Well, just how often this shit happens inside of these stories. You know what I mean? You start to have correlations. You start having more often than
So you should
not.
say, like,
But
after
you can't have hard rules for something you can't prove exists, in my opinion. More likely than not, but not totally. This is the
True.
rule.
That's right. Yeah. Native Pride makes a good point. Demon that shits are rare. I mean, that's probably pretty rare.
Demons that
saw
shit
the
are
ghost of
rare.
my old man on the shitter, just like he was every morning. That's because you do what you do, right? Like
Still-
you'd be at the
Well, that's
gym.
what I'm saying. Somebody
My dad was on the
stunk
shitter.
less.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
figure.
That's where he'll probably come back as a ghost, right? Everett, won't you be?
No, he'll be
in the
fucking
toilet, right?
fixing something computer related
Oh God.
While
I don't know.
shitting
while shitting
on the toilet with a
On the
laptop.
toilet. No, and a broke down like a PC right here on the ground with the case off of it and
You
shit.
guys are just describing me going to hell is basically what you're doing, right?
That's not necessarily hell.
Well,
Is
it could
How
be
can you be
his
in
hell.
if you're a
That's his
ghost?
hell.
What
For
about
me-
you?
For me, that's
What
hell.
about me?
Well, what are you going to be doing when you come back?
Jerking off?
Smoking a joint?
No, I don't smoke
blunt?
I don't smoke pot, Armand.
Well, if
Smoke
it's
some.
legal, is it legal for ghosts?
I don't
gonna
think
be
a
legal
ghost
in
have
Illinois.
laws.
There's no such thing as Ghostbusters.
There's
so
no
you can't-
governing body over the
Yeah.
There should be. That wouldn't be bad. That wouldn't be a bad script.
governing body. The
Ghost lawgivers.
The Council
No,
of Ghosts.
the
Yeah.
association of fucking
Supreme Court.
paranormal entities and
Ghost
13
Supreme
ghosts.
Court.
So you fucking get him caught and you bring him up
Yeah.
to trial. You fucking start charging. Hey, you've been
Somebody's
harming
gonna
this
steal
little
that
3-year-old
idea.
kid.
Hold on, that kind of is what happened in like Beetlejuice. They went to the other side. They had their social worker.
Yeah, but that was more like to help them.
You've
Yeah.
been seen all over wearing sheets. You know what I mean? They were pissed. She was
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
pissed at him. You know, you can't do that shit.
Right, but it's still not like that was like you said, a social worker. That's just
Yeah, well, I mean,
I want a court.
Yeah,
I want a trial.
malpractice.
But apparently there was a whole society
governing
there.
body.
There's a whole society.
How about a ghost malpractice lawyer or something like that?
Go on.
Well, if the
I mean,
ghost
yeah,
does
I'm-
things he's not supposed to do, he gets
I'm
sued
listening.
by other ghosts or whatever.
Did we go
right?
offline? We did.
No, we just lost.
good.
The,
I don't want
we're
anybody
still
stealing my
online. We
ideas.
just lost the feed. You got to
All
reconnect.
right. Well, give us some feedback on those log lines.
Hey, you got one more we would like you to read,
me?
Armand. Yeah, it's by Rick there without a last name.
Moranis.
This one?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a
This is
follow.
a short one.
This is a follow up to this. When you read
Oh,
it.
yeah.
before.
Oh, this name does sound familiar. Okay, yeah, here we go. This is anybody listening 2 weeks ago probably remembers this. Okay, guys.
Sure they do.
I think I need to clarify my experience a little bit.
Oh, this was.
While the apparent penis was in me, it felt like I had
You know
a
what? Hold
vagina.
on.
We should have read the one before.
Yeah, you want to read this?
We got to do that. Hold on.
We gotta read the
I'll
one
find
before.
I will not comment on this.
it.
Oh, well,
I was rather-
Armand obviously has to read it.
I was rather insensitive when I commented on this.
Can I
one.
read it?
Yeah, you do it,
Let me read
please.
Just imagine this is Armand and his commentary.
You can watch it on
Right.
last week's YouTube video if you're
Right.
right. Anyway.
So it says, hello, guys. I just listened to episode 155, which dropped today. After hearing about the guy who said he wanted to have sex with a ghost, I just had to write in to tell you what I experienced a couple of times.
Remember that guy though?
Now, I'm sure you'll find this a little bit weird once I tell you about it. So there isn't much to tell since there wasn't anything that happened leading up to these two experiences, and they were the same. In both experiences, I had woken up feeling what I think was a penis in me.
Or envy.
Yeah, that's
No,
what
he
I
says
thought.
in me,
In
not
me.
in
Oh
him.
yeah. So we just had to clarify that. It was in me.
I can't be
not
sure,
Freudian.
of course, since I couldn't see anything. Now, this is the part you'll find weird. Not the penis part.
No, that's not weird.
I'm a male, and there's no physical opening where I was being penetrated. For the couple of seconds that it was in me, I could feel a different set of genitals on me. I know you'll probably call me crazy. No, we won't, you crazy fuck. And I can just see you three shaking your heads. But that's what happened. I was disappointed that neither time lasted that long.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
I don't know what it was
Typical male.
that it was
Yeah,
doing.
it's over too soon.
But I find myself wishing they would come back and I could have a longer experience. Oh, and I guess I'll tell you that my name is Rick.
Oh.
Thanks, Rick. Here's your follow-up email.
Okay. Now, see, this isn't the guy I thought it was. I thought
Same
it was the
guy.
guy
Who the
that
hell did you think it was?
I thought it was the guy that he wanted the ghost to come screw him. Remember, he said come in, and I called
This
him
is
a
the guy,
pussy.
right?
naked and fucking like ballsed it out.
Yeah, I called him.
yeah.
What the fuck?
Remember that?
That was good.
Oh shit.
No, I called the guy a pussy though. And everything.
Yeah,
I-
yeah,
I
yeah.
kinda-
That
that's
was a
not-
Reddit story.
Yeah, that was a Reddit. So
you
that,
were right on that one.
Okay, yeah. No, this is okay. So this is Rick or Richard. So okay, guys. I think I need to clarify my experience a little bit. That would be helpful. Yes.
Please do.
While the apparent penis was in me, it felt like I had a vagina. Now that is
But wait, I have a question for that before you finish.
It sounded like he had a vagina, but was the penis in that vagina?
Or was the vagina located where it should have been?
Oh.
And if it did it interrupt his penal feeling?
we're gonna have to get another clarification email from him. I think.
Okay, go ahead.
Light Peach was right.
Light Peach is one of our users
That's right.
in our
That's
chat.
right. Yeah, that's right. Light Peach, right, was
Long
right,
time listener of the show.
except for the dream part. Is that what Light Peach said? He thought it was a dream.
Yeah.
I'm writing this as I'm watching the video. Oh, our video. I was going to say, well, you took a video of it? I'd like to see that video. Oh, okay. Yeah.
You gotta pay
that's
$20,
us. Okay.
Armand.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. And you don't have to worry about me not listening. Well, yeah. Well, please do. Please listen. Though you can fuck with Armand and tell him that I won't listen anymore if you want. No, well, please listen.
No,
Now-
he's not listening anymore.
Now as to the Mandela effect.
He said I could do that.
I remember it being spelled as Berenstein Bears, but pronounced as Berenstain Bears. What the hell's that all about?
We've talked about this. Literally just the
He's
other day, we
before
talked
his
about
time.
the Berenstein Bears and the Berenstain Bears, the Mandela effect. We have to do another Mandela effect.
We have to.
Yeah, well,
That's
I must
like
have missed
first
that
or second
show.
week in November. Has to be.
Yep. Well, thanks for the update there, Rick.
Okay,
We have so many questions.
Yeah, give us more details.
Yeah, if you could tell us, like, is the vagina where it was supposed to have been?
Right.
You still had your original penis. Was it superimposed where the vagina was?
Did you get feelings that like you felt like would come from a vagina being penetrated, or did you get
Right, did you
feelings
feel
that
any
felt like a
orgasmic?
penis? Yes, that's what I want to know. Did it feel penis orgasmic or vaginally?
Did you break your hymen? Did you have a hymen?
Ooh.
That'd be interesting. Was
Jesus
there
Christ,
blood on the
Armand.
sheet?
There's just some things you don't ask in public.
No
Oh,
shit.
If he's a
fucking
virgin
pervert.
technically,
You
so this
creep.
should.
Wow.
You creep.
Anyway,
God.
It's okay.
way to ruin a good thing, Armand.
Wow.
Natural question.
The next
Sorry there,
email
fucking Gacy.
is titled "Motorboat the Banana Bread,"
And
and I did, and it was wonderful.
what the hell is this?
This is from Kelly Melee, but Everett and I were having
I always thought mallet.
No
Mallet?
last names.
Well, I know, but I'm trying to get some
What about our
clarification
policy?
on how do you pronounce this.
Oh, okay.
Is it Melee? M-A?
Yeah, it's just,
I don't know.
you don't need to spell it out.
Proceed.
Anyways, hi guys. You should do daily shows or longer episodes. Seriously. Wait, this was social, isn't it? Shit. I fucked this up. Wait a minute. So
Yeah,
what's
this-
everyone's
this-
thoughts on the...
Yeah, this isn't, this
Yeah,
isn't.
no, this was social.
Oh, read it anyway. We're here.
Yeah, I might as well. Seriously, once a week just isn't enough. Just isn't long enough. You guys should do a social show where fans get to ask you questions. I don't know. Just a thought. So what's everyone's favorite? Freddie, Jason, why?
Okay, first and foremost, we will be having news about a show where people are going to ask us whatever they want. That's coming up soon.
Yep, AMA.
That'll be Saturday, once a month. We're going to be doing that. You don't have to come if you don't want to. It'd be fun.
You guys are gonna come in here Saturdays?
One Saturday a
Saturdays.
month.
Armand, we did this show Saturdays for 2 years solid.
Hey, I lived here. You have to tell me.
Oh, yeah, you know.
Yeah, we used to
Talking
wake you
about
up on the
it.
couch all the time.
Right. You disturb my sleep every Saturday.
And as far as what's my favorite, Freddie or Jason, I'm going to go with Jason.
Jason, all day.
What about you?
All day.
You didn't
I
watch it?
probably like. I got to go with the Robert English character.
Robert England, not English.
England. Yeah, whatever. Who cares?
He's
I don't like
bastard.
any of
It's
them.
England, mate.
England.
England.
You know, Freddie was good in the first movie, but after he was like a caricature of
he
himself
was
from then
too
on out.
comedically
Right.
driven to be scary.
Always in
as
that
he should have
one-liner
been.
at the end of the kill.
Yeah, as
you know
he
what I
should-
mean?
Bitch. You know,
Yeah.
it's like fucking, what's his name? Scary Terry.
Right, Scary Terry.
He was
is
just a
that
character, man.
So
I
what
feel
was
like
Robert England's? What was his name? Freddy
Krueger,
Krueger.
Frederick Krueger, yeah.
Lived down on Elm Street.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was a child killer and raper.
I don't like either. I like the other one. The
Michael Myers?
Yeah, Michael
Oh,
Myers.
get the fuck out
I
of
like
here.
him.
What a,
There's
that's
a-
the pussy.
Yeah,
What
there's a reason
pussy.
she didn't include Michael Myers into this because he's a bitch compared to these two.
Yeah.
Jason killed Freddy in their movie. Cut his
Fucked
head
him
off.
up.
Yeah.
Murdered
Hey,
him,
that's a
yeah.
spoiler. What are you? Come on, I
Well,
haven't
you'll
seen that
never watch
movie
it.
yet.
Spoiler for fucking 20
And while I'm
years
at it,
ago.
Jason X didn't suck as bad as much people said.
Yeah, it did.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, that movie
the Space
blew
Jason?
dick.
I thought it was okay.
No.
What about part 9 where they made up
Jason
all the
Goes
rules?
to Hell?
Yeah, with the fucking knife of the Voorhees. I thought that was kind of goofy.
All right.
Dad,
So
that's
what
the
is your
shark and
favorite?
they jumped
What
it.
are your favorites?
That's number
Seven.
6. 6.
I'm
7.
not talking about that. What? How about just a horror movie of all time?
Probably the Friday the 13th if we're talking
Just
about it like
one.
this.
You can't say
Oh.
the whole series.
You know, if I had to watch any of them,
Yeah.
like, I'd say Friday the 13th part 6.
7.
Wow,
I
really?
like the one with the psychic chick, huh?
Fuck yeah, that was a way better.
I like the one with Tommy Jarvis, the third Tommy Jarvis movie.
That's
where
dumb, dude.
No, that was the best one. It's what set up the 7th one. This one fucking put Jason under the water with the chain around his neck.
No, I mean, I've seen 6. I understand. I completely know the story.
I like
think 7
The
better.
Haunting, 1963.
8 was good too, though.
That's a
Manhattan.
scary movie, man.
The Haunting?
The original.
13
Haunting.
Ghosts, dude. 13 Ghosts is probably
I just rewatched
the
it
new
the
one.
other day.
Yeah, that's it with Matthew Lillard and fucking
It's
Monk.
not new. It's like 2002.
Well, whatever.
Shannon Elizabeth.
I know, but it was a remake of a one.
Yeah.
Shannon Elizabeth. I thought it was Monk was. Oh, it is Shannon Elizabeth. Is
What do our listeners like? I can't see it anymore. Shit, I can't.
Well,
read
Eric never put it back up there.
It's a hell no, Mike.
Dream Warriors sucked. That was part 3. I thought Dream Warriors was okay. That was the one that had Larry Fishburne in it, but that was his like first
How many
movie.
have they made of those?
It was
damn
Lawrence
things?
Fishburne,
Oh,
but he
yeah.
couldn't as Larry Fishburne.
How many of those damn things have they made?
Which ones?
Friday the
Both.
13th.
They're up to about 10 or 11 of the Friday the 13th.
Jeez.
Jason's at about
Fucking 13 of them, probably.
13, 14. Yeah, a lot.
My God. When's the last time they made one? Recently?
No, they did a remake probably 5, 6, 7 years
Like
ago.
a whole reboot of the whole damn
Oh,
thing.
of the Freddy one. Yeah, they did.
No,
Jesus
well,
Christ.
of Freddie and Jason. Did you watch? So Jackie Earle Haley played Freddie in this new one. Did you know that?
I did not.
He's,
oh yeah,
Kelly
I did know
Leak.
that. I did know that
He was
from
Kelly Leak.
fucking Bad News Bears.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm right. Did you read my slasher movie?
Probably. I don't recall. I read a bunch of your movies. They kind of all blend together now. Seriously,
Thank you.
Well, they do kind of blend together. They have a very similar feel.
They all stink.
I'm not saying that. I enjoyed your movies.
All right.
you
Well,
know.
any of our listeners who like to read some of my scripts, let me know.
All right,
I'll send
I'm
it to
gonna
you.
read an email. We're getting kind of off.
Yeah,
base
yeah.
here.
But
yeah,
I think it's
Jason.
interesting.
Jason was definitely the better one for me. All right, let's see here. I got one from Tanner. Let's see. What's he saying? For the podcast, please don't let Eric read. All right. Beautiful.
Here,
That's why I
here.
gave that one to you.
There's a man with taste.
Late November in 2016.
Who said that? Tanner. All right, cool.
Myself and 4 other friends decided to go hotbox my tent in the mountains. Just nicotine vapes. I have a portable ice fishing tent that sets up quick and easy.
I didn't know they had those. That's a good idea.
It's kind of cool, yeah.
Yeah.
And we just wanted to go to the mountains and chill without dealing with our parents. We were just teenagers. Makes good sense.
Naturally, yeah.
Probably had some alcohol.
Yeah, probably had some
Children's juice.
substances. Yeah.
No, they just said just nicotine vapes. You would have said. You would
sure,
have said.
sure.
I've included the exact location we ended up setting our tent. Oh,
Oh, really?
interesting.
Longitude and latitude?
No, it's a picture on
Oh.
a map. Oh, it is latitude and longitude.
Is it really?
41
Damn.
degrees, 34 minutes, 50 seconds north by 111 degrees, 55 minutes, 27
You're
seconds
kidding.
west.
You actually put that in there?
Yeah, I mean, it's right there. It's south of the town of Wellsville.
Man's a stickler for detail, isn't he?
Yeah. Anyway, I've included the exact location we ended up setting our tent. It's just below the mountains in a nearby field. There was about 2 feet of snow at the time. Fuck that.
2 feet of snow.
And you're going to go camping?
My God.
Anyway, we couldn't go up any further due to the road being closed. There were no other tracks in sight but ours on a fresh layer of snow. About an hour into our vaping hot box and music playing from our phones. And I'm sorry, vaping hot box?
Yeah, what are they doing? What is that?
With
is that
nicotine?
cool?
I don't know.
I don't know, is that something to
Is
do?
that what kids do these days?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Plenty of times with weed do we hotbox many of things, but never with the cigarettes.
Vaping hot box.
One of my friends jumped out of his camp chair and started freaking out. Something just touched my fucking shoulder, he said.
Wow.
We looked around the tent and everyone was accounted for. And I then asked him if he was sure. And he said it was like something was right outside the tent wall. It pushed up against his shoulder and sniffed. Ooh, like sniff, sniff. Fuck, I don't know how to describe what this is. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
That's weird.
We figured he was freaking out for no reason, as he's known to be pretty dramatic.
Yeah.
We turned off the music and decided to sit in silence. To our amazement, we heard snow crunching all around, getting closer and further as it seemed to wander all around our
Wow,
tent.
another script. Wow.
My friends all asked me if I had a gun,
Do you have a gun?
as I commonly would carry a pistol or shotgun in my car. The one time I wished I had it, I did not.
Damn it.
And just as I had said that,
Now, wait, no,
something
wait.
pushed against the tent walls. It pushed its face against the back of my chair and above my shoulder and sniffed at us once again.
And would the gun have done any good, though?
I don't know. It depends
Really?
what it was.
Would it?
Can you shoot a ghost?
Yeah, that's what I'm
are
asking.
The rules.
I don't know.
I don't
If
think
that's
you can
another
shoot a ghost.
rule. I don't know. I want to know what the fucking rules are.
I mean, don't we all?
I don't think it would. I don't
We'll
think
try
it'd
to
be very,
book.
I don't think it'd be very effective.
What are the rules? 10 rules to ghosts.
You're probably better off the ghost inhaling, well, vapor. I don't know about vapes, but if it's like they're smoking marijuana, then I'd rather have the ghost high, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Ghosts get high.
Probably more
I doubt
amenable
they
to.
can.
What are the rules on that?
Well,
Can a
maybe
ghost
if you
catch
can
a
shoot
buzz?
it.
Let me ask you this. Could you blow out your vape juice or your smoke and like have it see it break on the face of a ghost? Like if it's sitting there
Oh,
invisible?
like the
Invisible
outline.
Man,
Yeah,
technically.
right. That's right.
Would it bounce off the invisible man?
Right.
So I don't know. What are the rules?
We don't know.
By now, I was freaking out. We had no clue as if it was an animal, a person, or something else.
Animal, vegetable, or mineral.
It was not a mineral. Between us all, we had a bunch of vape juice and a pocket knife to combat whatever it was. Now I gotta figure out what kind of it's in
Yeah,
this
what
vape
kind
juice.
of that's interesting.
Kinda want some.
Vape juice.
The odds would have been against us, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably.
We developed a plan to open the 2 sides of the tent and bum rush whatever was out there. bad plan.
I'm not sure that'd work either. Yeah.
As we could still hear heavy breathing right outside the tent and the snow crunching around.
And sniffing.
Keep in mind, we're on a fresh layer of snow, and my car is maybe 4 yards away from the tent, so we're just going to rush out of it.
That's
and
not
if
a
shit was
bad
sketchy,
idea.
get in the car and leave.
Right.
That's
Good idea.
pretty
That sounds like a plan.
We unzipped as fast as we could. Tent,
I guess
assuming.
I guess I was gonna say what. I don't know about what you guys are planning on doing now. We unzipped.
Oh boy. We unzipped as fast as we could and stormed out of the tent from both sides. And to our amazement, there was nothing. No one and nothing in sight. The craziest
They
thing
scared it away.
The craziest thing was there was no tracks in the snow either.
Ooh. Well, now that's
Only
eerie.
ours from when we arrived, so they're still existed.
Uh-huh.
And where my friends were sniffed out on the first outside of the fence, outside of the tent, the snow was untouched. By now, we were done, and we didn't know if someone was messing with us or if we were smoking something we didn't know we had. We decided to pack up the tent and call it a night.
How many of them were there? Do you remember how many were in the tent?
Well, let me look here.
You said, I don't recall how many.
Him and 4 others.
5 people. Wow. Okay. And they all experienced this.
Uh-huh.
Kind of mass hysteria.
Sorry for the yawn there, but not getting a lot of sleep. Children and all. Anyway. By now, we were done. We didn't know. Oh, I already said that, didn't I? We decided to pack up the tent and call it a night. We get the tent all packed up and in its case, and I walk back to my SUV to open the rear hatch to put it in. On the ground near the rear of my car is a leg of what I presume to be an elk, in my experience. Now, it's not like a clean-cut leg. This thing looks like it was literally chewed off. There was no skin whatsoever. It was just the muscles and tendons of a chewed-off section.
It's the paw, or the hoof.
No, man, he said
What's that from?
It's the fucking leg.
Didn't you watch Goodfellas?
Yeah, yeah.
It's the hoof.
It's the hook.
It's a hoof.
Mom, I'm gonna borrow this knife.
It's a
It
sin.
got caught in the grill.
Yeah, they got the hoof.
It was Billy.
Isn't that a hoof? Yeah. No, it wasn't Billy. It was fucking
Billy
Joe
Bats.
Pesci.
Billy Bats was the one that was the
Yeah,
deer.
it was Billy Bat.
He was the deer.
No, oh, yeah.
Was his name Billy? I thought
Yeah,
it was
Billy
just
Bats.
Yeah, Bats. I remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you did. You were insulting him
You salt him a little bit.
a little bit.
All right, everybody know what we're talking about here?
Yeah,
Goodfellas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
then
we
go
like
watch-
gangster movies too. Okay, go
Still,
ahead.
some of those.
Sorry, this leg we're talking about here.
Yeah, the hoof.
I know for a fact it
So-
wasn't there when we arrived, as we would have seen it. I have LED off-road lights all over my car, and this wasn't something you would just miss on a snow-covered road.
No, I wouldn't think so.
You'd see a leg probably
That's
coming
good.
up.
Yeah, you wouldn't miss it. I'm saying you'd see it.
Upon closer examination, we noticed it was steaming, which could only mean it was relatively fresh.
True. Yeah.
Or somebody had had it on like a grill or something. I don't know. We all got in the car and locked the doors and wondered what the fuck was going on around us. First, the sniffing. Second, the crunching of the snow and the sounds of it. Come on, Eric.
Well, you did it.
I'm okay.
Yeah, see?
He's the narrator. You.
I am the. You don't.
You're
you
not-
don't-
you're the
you don't
Foley
narrate
man.
over the top. And he
Yeah.
know he's fired.
It's
for
sound
Foley
effects.
Work. You're fired for Foley work. You know that.
It's FX.
I didn't like your slam either. My door. That wasn't very
When?
well done either. When you. That
Gentlemen.
didn't sound like a slamming door.
Gentlemen. May I?
All right,
May I finish?
please.
The crunching of the. You son of a bitch.
All right, go ahead. That was.
First, the sniffing. Second, the crunching of snow and the sounds of heavy animal-like breathing. Third, no tracks. 4, a steamy, fucked up elk leg.
So, what does this indicate? Does he have a theory on this?
I don't know. We got a couple more paragraphs left.
Oh God.
I had a photo and a
That was over.
Snapchat video of us in the tent, as well as the photos of the leg, but I can't find them. And I don't know which
Oh,
phone I
shit.
saved them to. That's all.
You do have the tooth. You have the shark's
The
tooth.
leg. Oh.
No, the tooth. What's that from? But you don't have the tooth.
What's that from?
Jaws.
Don't have the tooth. I don't remember that part.
Remember that where I got a tooth the size of a shot glass. Remember that?
about an hour ago, and it went right to my head.
Those black eyes, those eyes. Are all over.
1547 went into water. 38 came out.
All right, now what's the quote? What is
delivered the bomb.
the quote? What does Roy Scheider say? This
You're gonna need a
probably-
bigger boat.
Right. That is the most misquoted.
What do they
Don't
say?
they
it
always
was?
say we need a bigger boat or something like that?
We're going to need a bigger boat.
No, it doesn't
No,
say
you're going to need a bigger boat.
Oh, then I misquoted it
Exactly.
too. See, you know why it's
they all
misquoted?
say we're going to need a bigger boat.
You know why
That's
it's
not-
misquoted? Because that's what he says
Mandela.
in Blow. No, he says it in Blow. Once they sell that fucking 100 pounds of Blow in like 36 hours and they have the fucking house full of money, and he's like,
I don't recall that.
we're going to need a bigger boat.
Okay, but
Yeah.
that's not that's correct. What he says is correct. You're going to need a bigger boat.
Mm-hmm. Robert Shaw. He was drunk through that whole fucking filming of that.
Yeah,
video.
apparently.
Yes.
Yeah. And they just let him kind of ramble on that speech.
God, we're rambling right now.
The Indianapolis. Yeah.
Let's see. I don't know if what I saw was really something paranormal or something else. My best guess
there
was
were 5 guys. I mean, it sounds.
my best
sounds
guess was a
kosher.
curious wolf or coyote, but with no tracks, that seems impossible. I agree.
That would be unless it's a levitating wolf.
They don't
Maybe it's a
exist.
flying squirrel or something.
All I know is it scared the shit out of us, and we no longer hang out in that area.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, that's all right. Does he ask if somebody died in that area? Did somebody drown in that frozen lake?
I don't know.
Okay, well, it's the question everybody seems to be asking.
To have something breathing inches behind you, sniffing with only a thin tent wall separating you, was enough to fuck with our heads for a while. Sorry for the long email, and that's okay if this isn't a good enough story. Pretty
That's good
fucking
enough.
weird, yeah.
Yeah, that's good enough.
As I said, we really have no idea what the fuck happened that night, but I just wanted to share our unexplained spooky story.
So go back out there and find out, huh? Spend a couple more nights out there. Do some research.
Love the podcast. Keep up the amazing work. Team Armand. Fuck Eric. Fuck climate change. Everett, you are all right, but fuck Eric.
Yeah, I love
I'm
this
gonna go
guy.
order some merch now. You do that.
Who was
Sorry
that?
for the shitty. This is I'm gonna get Tanner.
Tanner. Okay,
Yep.
thanks, Tanner.
Sorry for the shitty sentence structure and grammar. I really don't care, to be honest.
That was actually a really good
The
story.
big bearded Yeti. That was interesting.
Yeah.
And you can't be sorry. All of our stories are pretty much this way. Nobody sent us email going, I saw a real fucking ghost. It came up. We fucking played chess. I had a conversation with it. That's very rare. What we're getting is our interesting fucked up shit.
Yeah,
people-
we're having pissing ghosts, sniffing ghosts,
Fucking ghosts.
vaginal insertion ghosts.
That's true.
Wow. A
right.
ghost that fucks a man. That's
That's a movie title.
That's
It's an Oscar winner
you
there.
think?
I mean, he's got balls.
The night the ghost fucked me. I don't know about that.
That's the night.
50 Shades of Ghost.
I think a different way to go about it. It's a documentary, and it's a guy pouring his heart out. He's a big, strong man. You know, considers himself a real man, nice Republican man, and he got fucked by a
What does that got
ghost.
to do with it? What
what's that got to do with it?
Well, because it's like a lot of pride, you know, and like your masculinity.
So you were saying it's homophobic. Republican equals homophobic. in your
Right,
eyes.
naturally.
No, I just said pride in your masculinity.
I smell pee in here. You guys smell pee?
Did you piss?
Now the ghost?
I don't know.
Ghost
It's
piss?
like,
You smell
Pissing
ghost
ghost.
piss?
The
I feel
pissing
like I smell
ghost.
pee in here. That's weird.
The pissing ghost.
I don't smell
Hey, this
piss.
guy was talking about wolves and made me think of there's apparently been thylacine sightings down in Australia. The Tasmanian tiger.
Really?
I thought they were extinct.
Extinct. Yeah,
so
like
supposedly
1912 or something.
1936, the last one supposedly died out in the zoo in Australia. But there's been a sighting of 3 of them. So that's kind of
Really?
interesting.
That would be
yeah.
cool, yeah.
Hey, did you see, by the way, any of our listeners see this, that they're offering that one of these haunted houses, $20,000 if you go in there and survive or stay in there for like a
What
day?
a fucking.
Where at?
I'm not kidding. In
Yeah,
Tennessee or
Where?
something?
Yeah,
Did you
no,
see
I'm
that?
there. I'm there.
Any of our listeners?
20 grand?
Yeah.
You said $20,000 for a night.
I just said it, didn't I? It was on Facebook. I don't know if it's real.
Find it.
Look it up. It was
I
on
need a day
Facebook.
off.
Why would he find it? He'll go do it too. He doesn't care. You go do it, wouldn't you?
Fuck him. I'm not splitting the money. I'm going by myself. I need a day off.
I just don't know if it's legit. I don't know. 20. Look it up. See if you think that anybody know anything about this.
Hey, man, let me get the link if anybody knows anything about that.
Yeah, send us $20,000 supposedly if you go into this haunted house and stay for like a day or something.
Fuck,
I
I'll
don't know. I thought it was a little
do
screwy
it
to me.
a week. I don't give a fuck.
For 20 grand?
Yeah. Anyway,
Okay. Oh,
this next email
Yeah.
is from John B. It's about sleep paralysis. He says,
another one? Okay.
Hola, three amigos. I'm John from
Hey, John.
England. I emailed you a ghost story last year, but
right.
this is one that's kind of different. I guess it'd be good for the listen to ghost story episodes because of the sleep paralysis,
Hold on,
which
can
I
stop
guess
you
is
there?
paranormal.
Hey, in the future, don't tell us that you're from England. Just
Yeah,
be like,
please.
No, I'm
Please
from
tell us.
Texas.
Paris.
Texas is fine.
Yeah.
Or is it? Anyway,
Say
it
you're
involves
from Canada.
some spooky shit that goes on here. So I've had sleep paralysis twice in my life, both times within the last 3 years. The first time was the scariest. I woke up in the early hours. It must have been around 2 a.m. in the morning, I believe, and something felt odd straight away, and I needed to sit up. But I soon realized I couldn't. And then I tried to turn to my right again, but I couldn't move.
Slow down.
I tried to lift my
easy,
head,
mate.
but yet again, no movement. I began to panic, and all of a sudden I was struggling to catch my breath. The only thing I could do was look around. It seemed to last forever, but was maybe only a minute or so in reality. My partner was asleep next to me on my right. I figured I'll wake her up somehow, but I couldn't talk. I remember really trying to shout out, but nothing was working. So I was frustrated and scared at this point. Something caught my eye, and then at the foot of the bed, in the corner of the room, I spotted something. A figure. A dark silhouette. It just stood there, looking towards me, swaying slightly. The silence was terrifying, and all of a sudden I could move again, and I sat up, looked forward, and it was gone. I did a little research the next day, and it turns out when sleep paralysis occurs, it's usually accompanied by breathing problems, and interestingly, some people see a figure or demon standing over them, almost like they're being suffocated by them. That didn't happen to me. The figure was just looking at me, struggling to deal with it all. So I spoke to my partner about it the next day and was a bit shocked because she said she'd experienced something similar a few weeks earlier. That's fucking mind-blowing. In her story, she said she saw an old lady leaning over her and she couldn't move, but she thought it was a dream. The second time this happened to me was just a bit different. I was lying on my side again and I woke up and couldn't move or speak. This time I told myself this is just sleep paralysis and I waited it out. I had a feeling that I was being watched by someone or something behind me, but was unable to turn around to look at it. So I just lay there for a minute, wondering why this happens to people. It's so weird being awake yet unable to move or talk or anything. I think maybe my brain or body is still in sleep mode, but some part of the mind wakes up and it takes a while for the rest of me to catch up. Is that a question or a statement?
It's a statement.
Yeah. Or is it some weird way to get a glimpse of another dimension or something along those lines? Anyway, that's my story. What do you guys think? I'll be getting a Surreal hoodie for sure, by the way. Team Laws.
Well, that's a good
Mars
choice.
Indeed,
Yeah, Team Laws indeed.
What do I think about that? He made an interesting statement there that maybe it's a weird way to get a glimpse into another dimension. It could be like somebody who astral projects, and again,
See,
I don't know if astral
I'm
projection
going to
is
give a
true.
more medically sound evaluation.
It just sounds like to me you're like halfway to astral projecting. You know what I mean? You're getting ready to the point where you're going to leave your body, but you just stopped. Oh, fuck, I'm stuck. Can't get out.
But he also says that, and he's done the research he did shows that supposedly there's some breathing abnormalities. So if you're apneic, which means you're not breathing,
Sleep apnea. Yeah.
yes, you're not having as much oxygen in here, so you're going to start hallucinating. I mean, that's one of the
That's
hallmarks
right. That's right.
of deprivation of oxygen to the brain. So
Yeah.
you're going to start seeing some pretty weird shit.
You know how much oxygen's in the atmosphere?
About 21%.
You are good,
Oh,
Armand.
come on.
Roughly.
That's infantile.
Roughly, yeah.
Even he knows that.
How much
What's-
nitrogen?
About 71%.
Say 76, but I don't
That's,
really
well,
know.
yeah, I guess let's see. It's 7. Yeah, because
Hold on.
what's the third? Don't look it up.
Atmosphere.
What's the third most? The
helium.
third most common?
I don't know. Hydrogen.
Argon.
Argon, carbon dioxide.
Argon. A lot more argon than carbon dioxide.
You're right.
Argon's like 1%.
78,
Yeah,
21.
78, 21.
29.
Like, yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway, that's neither here nor there.
And CO2 does not cause global warming.
yes, it does. We have Native Pride next ever. This one's up on you.
Oh, yay.
What is this? Oh, Native Pride. Oh, yeah. Another long-time listener.
I'm in my email now, actually. Let's see. He had a few
It
of them.
starts with
didn't he?
Happy Wednesday fuckers.
Oh, thank you. Same to you.
Oh, where we
Who's
go?
that, John?
No, Native Pride.
Oh, Native Pride.
Ooh, this is a
He's
nice
not from
long one.
England, is he?
No, but I just like the
Why are you
accent.
doing that accent?
Why not, mate?
Please
Team
don't do a
Americans.
Native American accent. Now we're getting.
Yeah.
Oh.
Who you think you are, Elizabeth
He's
Warren?
in the chat. He's liable to get real pissed off at you.
Is he are you native?
Don't start saying how and other shit like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't do a good one anyways. Once I can do one that's
Well, there's no
respectful.
such thing as a
well,
respectful
once you
one.
could do, no, because there's certain point where an accent is racist, but there's a point when you can do
Yeah,
it so
but-
good that it's respectful to that. Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, let's get into
Like
it.
Elizabeth Warren.
He says, "Happy Wednesday, fuckers."
Same to you, fucker.
Left a couple not so sober voicemails last week, and in one, I mentioned my family and I's 3 years of hell living in what is now an empty house.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
I'm sorry for how long this email is, but it's hard to condense everything down without giving context and background. So get comfy, because this fucking email is long.
I will. All right. I'll take over if you get tired.
I'm good, man. I got this.
Which one is this?
I don't think you have it.
Oh,
You only have what's relevant to you.
okay.
He does only have what's relevant to him.
For context, I grew up on the Milwaukee River, north of the city of Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
It's Algonquin.
For the good land. Duh.
Yeah, that
All
was
right.
something.
That's a stupid movie. All right.
Parents divorced when my sister and I were very young. My brother's dad was non-existent. Generally working class, all living along the river. My grandmother's relatives built a cottage back in the early 1900s, which I have photos of. And the house next to it was that was later moved there off the Lake Michigan, which my grandparents themselves eventually bought sometime in the 60s. I bring this up because we never experienced a thing in the cottage, and the only things we experienced in my grandparents' house was after they had passed in a fatal car crash, and those experiences were brief that year after we moved in. Things like the phone ringing.
Right back.
Gotta get some ibuprofen. Eric's got him a headache. I'm gonna wait though because I want him to hear this story.
Probably is doing that accent of his.
It gives me a headache.
Yeah.
I don't know about you?
Oh, boy. Gives me a migraine.
I guess this time I'll go ahead and sneak in a commercial for the new store we got.
Okay.
So if you go to surrealtalkpodcast.com/store, it'll redirect you over to our store on the Lineup Media Group, our parent company's website. We got about, 15 or so shirts up right now. It's all just black t-shirts with sayings on it. We've got Team Armand, Team Eric, Team Everett, a Team Lars, interestingly enough, a bunch of other cool stuff.
I got mine in my room. I should have worn it today. I don't know why the hell I forgot.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, I think, wearing your own shirt. You know what I mean? I felt
Who else is gonna
weird
wear it?
wearing a
I'm
Team
sure
Everett
as hell not going to wear yours.
I don't blame you there. I wouldn't wear yours. It was too small. Anyway, Eric's back. I was giving
Already?
a little store, little shout out to the store there while you were gone.
I thought you went to Walgreens or something. Where'd you get the medication? Oh.
It was caught on the desk. Anyway, the things he was talking about in the first year they moved in. Things like the phone ringing and the caller ID coming up unknown, and once you answered, there was nothing but static on the other end. The TV volume turning itself way up, which was a dead giveaway for my grandfather because he would often fall asleep with the remote in his hand in his recliner, and that would happen as a result till Granny took it. Residual type things happen. We were talking about this earlier. The best I can describe is party-like sounds coming from downstairs in the middle of the night and everyone is asleep, like the cooking. It's like a residual type of thing.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. We come back and party a little bit. That makes sense.
Back in the day, my grandparents were the force that brought everyone together with family events and holidays.
There you go.
Or we would hear heavy footsteps up and down the stairs. That was kind of a place. The point being, these houses are very old and nothing negative was ever was experienced. Now, for future reference, my grandfather was 6'2", 6'3", broad-shouldered, built like a brick shit house Native American. Very kind-hearted, but could bring the pain if needed. Basically, my childhood hero. That's nice. At the end, I will break down what we think was going on and why, so bear with me. Around August of 2014, my mother bought that dreaded fucking house across the river. It had been built originally in the 50s as a summer cottage and added on to over the years to what is now, and that's all I could really find history-wise. Hold on, let me read that. Added on over the years to what it is now, and that's all I could find out really history-wise. Moving in, the first couple months, nothing significant happened at first. Eventually, my sister had an experience. At this time, I was working second shift, so I left at 1 or 2 p.m., and my mother, being a business owner there, usually wasn't anyone home until 4 p.m., which is when my sister got home from school. It was a shitty, rainy fall day, and my sister pulled into the drive, presuming nobody was home. Now, her room was on the second floor above the dining room. It overlooked the driveway with 3 large windows. When she looked up, she saw a black figure cross from left to right in her room. She freaked, called both of us, and asked who was home and would not go in the house. Eventually, my mom came home, and the house was locked up tight and empty except for the Doberman, which had been, at the time, patiently waiting in the kitchen. Nothing much else happened that I know of after that. Nothing out of the ordinary that comes with living in an old house. My room had a weird door that had a small glass window, which was odd. I would get a creepy feeling at night whenever everyone was asleep, like someone was in the hallway, and I would hear footsteps when no one was there. I cracked it up just into an old house making old house noises. I eventually covered that window with a poster because privacy. Anyways, over the next year or so, I began to notice my mom's drinking spiral out of control, turning into alcoholism. Before we moved, she had her life together, lost lots of weight, had a successful business, rarely drank to get past buzz. It took a turn for the worse. My younger brother got the worst of it, sadly, but me and my sister dealt with it as well. At one point, my sister worked for my mom. She's about to leave for work. Drunk mom asks could she take her to the liquor store. My sister says no and starts backing out of the driveway. My mother, being the reasonable wisdom that she was, proceeded to jump on the hood of my sister's yellow 2000-something Volkswagen Bug and attempt to stop the car. This is kind of funny. This could happen in this area. I'm fairly sure I've seen this. Might have experienced it. My sister, who's had enough, then drives with her drunk mother on the hood for a couple blocks till she finally stopped. My mom rolled off and staggered home.
Hey, brake check.
Jeez. Like a Dirty Harry movie.
This is a huge sign of the change in my mother that's happening. Soon it got even worse, and at 19 or 20, I packed my shit and left. I regret leaving my younger siblings behind, and we'll see why a couple years later. A couple years on my own, meet my now wife and 2 future stepkids. My wife is gifted. That's another email in of itself with the shit we battled together. Fast forward to mid-2016. Me and my mother had somewhat repaired our relationship, but her alcoholism was at its peak. Then it happened, rock bottom. I was there visiting, watching my brother, who's 10 at the time, playing with my stepkids when I get a call. My drunk mom decided to hop in her car, her built-up Camaro SS.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Ooh, that's
With her drinking buddy to take him home.
It's a death
Cool
wagon.
car, bad idea. Loses control of the car just around the corner, right across from the street. We went down the ditch in a huge pine tree and hit a huge pine tree dead on. The passenger eventually died at the hospital.
Damn.
She got 15 years for OWI manslaughter. Bummer.
Oh, boy.
Now, this is when the 3 years of hell started. The first couple weeks we slept over the weekends at my sister and brother. One of the first nights, my sister is sleeping at her friend's house. It's just my wife and her kids, my brother and I. We were all sleeping in the living room. My brother's room, my old room, is right above the living room. My wife and I both woke up at 1 or 2 a.m. We both heard in the room above us a light thud like a kid hopping off their bed, and then little sounding footsteps run from the bed to the other side of the room. Then what sounded like a toy chest being dragged across the hardwood floor to the middle of the said room. My brother indeed had a large toy chest. We just looked at each other and then made sure each kid was accounted for. My brother had a habit of waking up in the middle of the night and not being able to sleep, what most trauma kids suffer from. All kids were accounted for and asleep. A month or two later, they didn't go upstairs to check it out. I would have. Fucking hear something dragging around and everybody's down there. I might want to go up and take a look. A month or two later, we moved in to care for the house and my brother. My brother had a hard time sleeping, as I stated before. He eventually told us about the large figure that he would see in the middle of the night that would stand in his room staring at him or pace the hallway. Also, he would every now and then see a small figure resembling a girl that would peek out from his closet and run out of the room. Creepy shit. Also, he talked about hearing voices. Eventually, my wife and kids would see the male figure. The night my wife seen the figure was late at night. She was laying in bed and heard my truck pull in. Heard the front door open and close, and then then approaching footsteps till they reached the doorway. Half awake, she happily says, "Hey." Instantly in the silence, she knows it isn't me. It was only a foot or two away. She said the detail she'd seen in it was the most detail she'd ever seen of that type. The figure was wearing work boots, dark pants, and a long-sleeved gray shirt with skin as pale as the moon. The face was distorted, not normal at all, like a mask. It stood there and scanned the room, looking from its left to its right until it locked gazes with my wife and then disappeared into thin air. I later came home and she was still understandably terrified. My stepson would then sleep in the same room with my brother and witness what my brother was dealing with. With my mom in prison, we eventually moved into her room. Things steadily ramped up. A large black mass would appear in our room, either by the door or by the foot of the bed. I never seen the figure, but I did on many occasions see this mass. Later on, I was having terrible nightmares, usually about loved ones dying or other horrible shit. Well, my wife would wake me up making noises in my sleep, and she would see right above me the black mass. She would wake me, she would wake me up to get it to leave. There were times my wife would find herself standing in the kitchen as if she'd been sleepwalking, which had never been an issue. This happened a lot. The figure would terrorize my kids at night by standing over them or pacing the doorway. Our dogs would always growl at what appeared to be nothing. Eventually, everyone cut contact from my mom because she was full on losing it. Me and my sister would constantly fight about the dumbest shit and at times almost came to full-on fistfights. I was dealing with anger outbursts, and I myself began drinking more heavily than anyone had seen me normally. Not a happy home, but we kept trying to stand up to it. A night would crescendo, then the next night or two would be quiet, and we'd start all over again. Other strange things would happen. One evening, I was doing the dishes, and the kitchen sink window looked out on the front door. I looked up because I had heard the door open and see my sister coming in through the front door. It closes, and I hear the footsteps of her winter boots coming up to the kitchen. Then silence. I wait a minute or two and peek up the corner. There's no one there, no wet boot prints on the hardwood floor, so I check the driveway. Her car is not there, and no one is in her room. I honestly have no explanation for what I experienced that evening. Well, that's creepy.
That is creepy.
Eventually, it got so bad my brother's mental health completely dived for the deep end despite all the professional help he was given. CPS put him in a state institute after he hid knives under his bed and began making a plan to stab everyone in the house. Probably a good call.
Yeah.
That's some Amityville horror style shit, yeah? My sister moved out shortly after, and so did we. The weeks following up to the move were the weeks following up to move out where the activity had a new level of terror. My wife and youngest, while home alone, heard straight up blood-curdling screaming and doors slamming by themselves. Other times we would hear loud crashing as if someone was trashing a room. We'd go to said room and nothing had been disturbed at all. The worst for my wife was one night using the bathroom when the door was cracked. She seen a small child come to the door. Thinking it was our youngest, she asked if he was okay. She focused her eyes, and the child figure's face was a skeleton. It vanished, and she just froze. And to top it off, the day we moved, the river flooded. We moved all of our shit through 2 feet of water at a minimum on a cold spring day. After moving into our new place, it was great. Quiet. All of us slept so good, but I had made a mistake. My wife forgot an old mirror at the old house. So I went and got it, went into our walk-in closet, and son of a bitch, it started up again. I wake up to that large I wake up to that large floating black mass in front of the closet door. At the time I was working 12, so I was tired as hell, and I would say fuck off and roll back over. The final straw was one night my wife had seen a small childlike figure run in and out of our closet with the door open. She turned to me in bed, told me we both at the same time, that fucking mirror. The next morning before I went to work, I tossed that fucking mirror in the dumpster and it stopped. Every now and then, odd shit around here happens, but it's mostly peace and quiet. So now I'll try to break this all down for you. Not a day goes by, my wife and I don't think back to what all happened. It weighs on me the most because I feel I failed my brother, like I let him down. We gave almost everything to help him. My wife and I loved him like a son and treated him with the love a parent should give. That being said, the truth is he needed more help than we can give him, and at the end, it was oppressing everyone in the house, and the damage my mom dealt did not help one bit. That being said, well, you either learned or put together the pieces of what caused this perfect paranormal shitstorm. First thing we believe is this thing was in the house before we arrived. Second, after I moved out, my mom and sister decided it was a good idea to get a Ouija board and to contact our parents and our guardians, our grandparents.
I'm going to say that's a bad idea.
The background on this is with my grandparents' sudden unexpected deaths that rocked the whole family. They were the rock, the foundation to everyone. With that, my mom had a lot of regret and self-hatred for not making up for mistakes made and wrongs that were not righted between her and them. In reality, they had forgotten her long ago, and were always around watching after the death. Wait a minute. In reality, they had forgiven her. Sorry, not forgotten. In reality, they had forgiven her long ago, and were always around watching after death. My mom could never allow herself to believe that, rather sinking deeper into the darkness. How do I know this, do you ask? My wife. For example, before all this happened, I never told my wife what had happened to my grandparents. My grandfather showed her. She described in detail what happened. Shit she could have never known. So she tried to act as a medium for my mom by delivering a message from them. I don't want to sound crazy, trying to keep it as simple as possible, but once you live and see these things that seem to defy reality as you know, it's difficult to share with those that have not lived it. Getting back on track, we believe them messing with that board gave the entity the opening to feed on. Going back to when my wife said it was as if it was wearing a mask. I believe that was her seeing through its facade. The facade it was using to attack my mom. Before this all went on, my mom had confided in me nightmares she was having of my grandfather. Nightmares of him chasing her and other terrible shit. We think it was even impersonating him even in her dreams. I could never get much else out of her regarding what else she'd seen. Really, in the end, what had happened was that the darkness was always in my mom, but whatever was in the house fed off and pushed her over the edge and ultimately affecting everyone for the rest of our lives. Thanks for reading. If you believe this or not, that's up to you, but it helps me and my wife to express what we went through for 3 years. It almost broke us, but in the end, we came out stronger and closer than ever. By the way, it took me 2 days to bring all this together, and I was stone cold sober through it all.
Damn.
Yeah, he doesn't like to say sober, from what I know of him. He's a day drinker.
I don't blame him.
Keep up the good work, boys. Hurry the hell up with my Team Armand shirt. It's on the way, Pally. I talked to our guy. It's on the way. He's one of the people that ordered the Team Armand. There's been no Team Everett shirts.
Of course not.
Anyway, fuck Everett and
Very
Team
good.
Motherfucking Armand.
Yes.
Eric is irrelevant.
Great guy.
Eric is what? He didn't say that, did he?
No, but I mean, you're not mentioned, so you're pretty much irrelevant.
No.
Who cares? Yeah, a cipher.
Thanks for sharing your story with
That
us,
was
Anthony.
Midwest.
That's some
Midwest Anthony.
You want
that's-
to break off and do another one today? Because we've got
Yeah, let's
with messages and voicemails and the rest
whole
of the
other
emails.
show. Yeah,
we got another
I need
show.
a break anyway. So, guys out there,
It's hard not to believe that story.
That
though,
one's
man.
good.
That's in such detail.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
you can see me. I don't know if it's from the reading or the subject matter, but it was hard to read. Like, it was creepy.
Yeah, what he went through and with mother, man. That's so. Let me get this straight. Was it the grandparents that were?
They died in a car crash.
Yeah.
They had tried to contact the grandparents
Yeah.
with the Ouija board.
Right.
But the Ouija board ended up acting as a way to allow whatever this entity, which he believes was in the house before them,
Not his grandfather.
not his grandfather.
Oh, okay.
It had impersonated his grandfather, so he believes.
His
but it allowed
grandfather's
this
kind of on his
entity
side,
to
right?
Basically
Wasn't he?
attack the mom, from what it sounds
Yeah,
like. And
but
drive
wasn't
her
the
mad.
grandfather trying to protect the mother? Is that because that's an interesting? I've never. You would think because like if the ghost was already there, the grandfather's trying to protect the mother. You would think it would,
Well, the ghost would predate the grandfather at that point.
right? But the grandfather's a ghost too, and he's trying to protect the family from the other ghosts.
I'm gonna have to reread this. You guys ready? Let's
That's
reread the whole thing
plausible.
right now.
No,
Going too long?
that was a long one.
That was a
that
long
one.
one.
Well,
I think that would have been like a great call-in.
yeah, I'd like to hear him
Is he in the
tell
chat?
us that.
Native,
yeah,
you out there?
in person?
Yeah, Native. He was. Yeah,
He's
he's,
here,
definitely
he's
here.
here.
He's right there. He just said, yeah.
He tried. So Grandpa did try. Okay.
Yeah, Grandpa tried to protect her.
Yep.
Okay. Well,
Man, that's fucking crazy.
that's a boy. Oh boy.
All right, let's
The
take
next one won't be social show for
It'll be part social, but mostly we'll be continuing the emails.
Continuing the emails.
And whatnot. If we have some time at the end, we'll play some voicemails. Otherwise, we'll save voicemails for next week.
Oh yeah, next week could be an all voicemail social.
You never know. All right, guys, check out our website, surrealtalkpodcast.com. Notice we got a couple new banners for the store. It's surrealtalkpodcast.com/store. A bunch of t-shirts and shit. We're going to be adding hats, hoodies, and other cool little knick-knacky stuff.
The cereal, the lunchbox.
Surreal Talk, them merchandise. Yeah, it's kind of a fucking Spaceballs thing if we had to explain it
Is
to
that
you.
what that's from?
Yes.
I didn't get that one either.
Yeah. See, Armand, you just don't know anything that's funny
I didn't
anymore.
like Spaceballs.
How could you not like it? Did you like Blazing Saddles or Young Frankenstein?
Scotty blamed me twice last week.
I like
You don't like any?
I like the
Over?
producers.
Well, that was a
I
good
don't
one.
think
but-
it never topped that one, and that was just funny. The rest is just
What's coming out of its nose?
farting around a
Baseballs.
Oh God, that's funny.
Fuck yeah, that's funny, Armand.
Oh shit!
There goes the net.
planet.
Yeah, there goes the planet.
Yeah, it's fucking great. It was the monkeys from Planet of the Apes saying that. It was so good.
Cornelius.
No,
And what was the gal's
Dr.
name?
Dr. Zaius.
No, what was the gal's name though?
Not Bright Eyes, but Bright Eyes' old lady, or the female ape. What was her
Yeah,
name?
the female ape. What was her name?
What was her name?
In
Armand?
Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Sarah.
No.
Was it? Hold on. This doesn't matter. We'll catch you guys here in about 10, 15 minutes.
What was her fucking name though?
All right,
yeah,
Planet of the Apes. Let's figure this out, because now if people are listening, they're
It
going to
was.
wonder.
She was played by the gal. She won the Academy Award for.
Get your hands off me, you damn. It was Zira.
Take your dirty
You
paws
damn
off
dirty
me,
ape.
You damn
It was
dirty
Zira.
ape.
Zero. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Zira, right?
Kim Hunter.
Kim Hunter. Yeah,
In the old ones?
She won the She won the Academy Award for Streetcar Named Desire. She's Best Supporting Actress.
You know, the sequels
Wasn't
of those
there more
movies
than
were all
one
kind of poop.
in the back of the day? Wasn't
No,
there
I
more than
like
one Planet of
Beneath the
Apes?
Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, there was a Battle for the Planet of the Apes.
No,
In,
it went-
in back in the day though, wasn't there just was it just one?
No,
or
there
was
were
there were
five.
several, yeah.
Planet of the Apes, Beneath the Planet of the Apes,
Battle for the Planet of the Apes.
Conquest of the Planet of the Apes,
Conquest. Battle for
the Planet of the Apes,
What was the
and there
last
there were five of them.
What was there another female ape that's name was not Zara?
Zira, I think her name was Dr. Zira.
So. Beneath, Battle for, Conquest, Escape from.
Escape, yeah.
Yeah. That's whenever they came to
wasn't
modern day
it-
times.
Was that with Ricardo Montalban? Was Armando?
Was he in that one?
Yeah, well, he was in one of them. I think he was in the third one.
He was in that one. He was in
Escape from the Planet of
Yeah.
the Apes. Only one of them didn't have
Yeah.
Roddy McDowell in it, too.
He was in that one too, though.
Yeah, he wasn't in the third one, I think. He wasn't, or maybe the second one.
Yeah, who knows? All right, guys, we'll catch you here in a few out there on YouTube land. Otherwise, just download the next episode and we'll see you in a few. It is not a social show. It is a continuation. So
It's a
see you there.
continuation show.
It's a continuation show. We'll see
So
you
we're
there.
wearing the same clothes.
Dynamite.
Get a drink.
Clear
We'll
from
see-
stream.
We'll see you guys here in a few minutes.
In just a few minutes.
Catch you.